This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
No way.
From the Sanosi 1.5 K King Studios of Arizona, Conor versus Floyd 2 in 2023. What is Raul Rosas the future? UFC Fighter Pete Rodriguez interview. Let's get to it live with the MMA-Holes. Welcome, friends, to the Wednesday show. We're here, we're live, we're wonderful. Floyd Mayweather's fighting this Saturday. It's fight week for that. No UFC, but we got a great show planned for you tonight. It's good to see everyone. Everyone get nice and cozy in the live chat right now. Hit the fucking like button, share the stream, because we have a fantastic show prepared for you tonight. We're going to get into some UFC news and MMA news, combat sports news, all that stuff in a little bit. But tonight, for the first time ever, we have a gentleman coming on the show, which I've really want to talk to this guy. A lot of things to get to. A guy has a fight coming up. His name is Pete Rodriguez, 4-1-0 professional UFC fighter. Give it up for Pete, baby. Let's go. Pete, how's it going, buddy?
What's up?
What's up?
Going. I feel like that you have a so sick ass introduction. I feel like I need to have my own walkout song coming out and just fucking. I'm already ready to fight, bro.
Let's go, baby. Hey, I love the hair, by the way. I like that. Did you just dye that?
I just did it. How'd you know?
I don't. It looks fresh.
Probably because it looks fresh, huh? That's probably why. Yeah, I did it. I had it fucking. I had it blonde, but I was like, fuck. I kind of didn't want to look like a fuckboy, so I dyed it red. Cause it was supposed to be gray, and then it just went to blonde, and then I was like, because I had it red before, so I was like, I'm gonna go back to this look.
There you go.
I enjoyed it. I hope you. I like that you enjoy it too. So
hey, I like it, man. I think every fighter should have their own look, their style. You know, it's a good look. Is this the first time you've done this?
Nah, bro. My last fight was versus Jack Della Maddalena. I had it it was like a more orangey color. But I like the look. Because I was telling my girl, I was like, damn, I think I want to dye it again because it was a cool look. So I like it. So I'm gonna do it again. And you might see me have this hair color. It might be changed. So.
There you go. Switching things up. I like that, spicing it up. So you got a big fight coming up in a couple of weeks over here. Now, are you training in the lab, or where are you in AZ?
Yeah, I'm training in the lab. I'm over there, and then I'm back and forth. I was out there I was supposed to fight August 6th, and then my opponent got injured, so I had prolonged things, so I wasn't out there for as long as I was, because I was only out there for like a month. And then once I found out, once I found out that it was October 15th, I moved back down here. So now I'm just going over there every other day to train up there.
There you go.
And then my gym's not too far from right here from town. It's only like 20 minutes away. It's in this other little town called Sahuarita.
And have you been in Arizona? We were talking a little bit before we went live, and you said you live in Arizona. Have you always lived in AZ?
Yeah, bro. I've always lived in AZ in this town called Tucson, Tugtown. But I got family a lot. I got family in North Carolina, California, Hawaii. So I've been all the way down there. I just haven't been to Hawaii. And my tia lives in one of those big islands, so that'd be cool to go check down over there. But I love Tucson. Tucson's home, man. Tucson's always gonna be home, and I love it, bro. It's just you got your whole family here. You got your friends, and it's just a city that you're trying to pick up. Everybody says, oh, I hate where I'm from. I hate this. Like, I don't know why you're talking all that shit when you're from here, and they want to go to another city on and put that city on before they put their own city on. So it's just a bunch of nonsense to me, man.
I tell you, Arizona, so many people are moving over to Arizona. Crazy New Yorkers, crazy California people. Everyone's just picking up and leaving. It's such a beautiful place. You're like, hey, get out of my state. What are you all doing here?
Shit. Yeah, well, shit, fucking, you just, before you know it, you flash your eyes, it's just traffic everywhere now. It's like, dang, it reminds me of actually being in California. So some big state like that, everybody's honking at each other. And I know New York or California, there's a bunch of people honking, and I don't know, bro, but I mean, like I said, I mean, it's Tucson. Tucson's always going to be home.
There you go. And in the 2 years I've been here, I've noticed that the way things build up in Arizona, it's crazy. You blink your eyes and big buildings are popping up everywhere. It's nuts.
So yeah, bro. So like I said, I was in Tucson, I was in Phoenix for a while training out there, and then when I come back, it's like you see this building that's not built. They just want to build shit like fast. It's like like you said, all the people are coming in, but yeah, and it's nice during the winters. I love the winters down here. Like I'm used to the heat already, but the winters are nice. Like,
sure.
Like really nice.
Can't beat it. Yeah. So anyway, listen, the reason why we reached out to you is I saw who you were fighting, and I was like, oh my God, I need to talk to this man, Pete. I mean, I want to get
ASAP, get him on you. Get him on you.
I tell you, man, we have a little history with your opponent. I'll get into that in a second. But so now this is your second fight in the UFC. I was checking out your resume. You're only 4-1-0, right? So limited pro experience.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I barely started. Like, people always think, oh, how you must have been started when you were young. No, I barely started when I was like 18, bro, because I was always I did jiu-jitsu. My older brother put me in jiu-jitsu when I was like 7 years old, and that's all I've done up until high school. And I played football and baseball, so I kind of left that behind, and I did football and baseball. And then right after high school, I would always go to my brother's fights because he fights as well. So one day we went to his fights, and my brother looked at me. He's like, hey, you should do this. And I was like, fuck it, why not? So I ended up training for it. I ended up training just like 3 months for it. But that's when I started my whole stand-up and my Muay Thai and everything like that. So now I'm trying to bring back that aspect, that wrestling aspect, and put it all in one. I mean, it's there already, like my jiu-jitsu. Like, I don't care if I get taken down in the ground. Like, I'm comfortable there. But now, like I said, you need to, like, it's mixed martial arts. You need to put it all together. And I was supposed to, everybody always told me, oh, you should wrestle. And I never did. Like, I should have paid attention. But when I did, my first day of practice, my senior year, I posted up and I broke my finger and I was out. But yeah, man, I started my career when I was 18 and had my first fight when I was 18.
Wow. So that's
18, 19, bro. My bad.
That's nuts. And I'm looking at all your pro fights. Four of them. You started 4 with 4 finishes. So your brother, though, is he still competing?
No, he hasn't competed as much as me. I took it a little bit more serious, but I kind of looked up to him. Like I said, he would go and have all these fights, and I was like, I mean, I could do this too. I'm the little brother, but let me show you that I could be the big brother as well.
Sure.
So I went in there and handled business, and I loved it, bro. I had my first fight, and I fucking ran with it. And obviously, like, when you lose, it's like it shows you who you are, the true person that you are. Like, you win and you feel great. You always feel you're gonna feel great. But when you lose, that's when the true colors are gonna come out, and that's where you're gonna see who's really there for you and who's not. But I learned from it. Like, my amateur career was 7-2, but I learned from it. And once I was ready to go pro, like after my last fight, so I felt like I had the experience already. But like you said, I am a little bit like still new, like in the pro era. But it's nothing to take away from me. Like, I'm still gonna go in there and I'm still gonna show you who I am. I'm still gonna show you that I have a dog in me. Like, that's what they call me dead game for. I'm gonna go in there till the job is finished. And if you can't kill me, you better hope that you do, because like I said, I have the heart, and you can't take that away from me.
I tell you, it's wild. I'm looking at your resume here, and it's 4 fights before you get into the UFC, all first-round finishes. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Wow. So you've been smoking people. So 4 fights. So what happens after those 4 fights, and you get the call to the UFC? I mean, your head must have
spin. You should have heard that call, bro. That call, my head was spinning. Like, it literally put tears in my eyes, man. Like, you figure, like, you don't make no money as amateur. That's what you're working towards. Like, all these years you're working toward, and it's kind of hard to see the vision. But like I said, once you keep winning and once you keep progressing, you're like, fuck, it's right there, and I could reach it already. Like, I'm gonna go. Like, I could literally just put a steps to it and reach it and grab it. So once I got that phone call, and it's like everything I've been fucking working hard for, it was just like, God was God was really on my side, and He's seen a lot of sacrifice that I've done for it. Like you said, it was a little bit early, but I was ready for it. It didn't take anything away from me. But yeah, I was at work because I was working construction. I was working construction in the sun, and like my coach calls me, which is cool. I pick it up, and then my manager calls me once in a blue moon, and then I never hear from Dean, like I'll because that's one of my other managers for FRM. So when they all called me together, I was like, what the hell? Like, this is weird. Something's going on. So I picked up the phone and I was at work. He's like, we got some good news. We got some bad news. I was like, bad news is because I was supposed to fight because I had like 5 fighters switch on me. So I was like, it was basically that I wasn't going to fight that weekend or that next weekend. So he's like, we got bad news. We got good news. So he's like, bad news is you're not going to fight, which I kind of already knew. I was like, man, just tell me the good news. He's like, good news is you're going to fight in UFC 270. And I was like, I was tripping. Like, I knew what I heard, but I just tell me again one more time so I can actually like hear what you're saying. So it was so uplifting, man. It just gave me so much more motivation.
Dude, that is wild. UFC 270 and Ngannou versus Gane. Two of the biggest, baddest men on the planet going at it. You have 4 professional fights, and they throw you right into the fire on a pay-per-view card. That must have been something. Like, did you run around to your family, run around the streets, cracking pans and going nuts? Like, I mean, you must have lost your mind.
Nah, bro. Like, I did want to. Trust me, I did want to tell everybody in the world, but I'm just like that humble person that I'm just gonna tell my immediate family first. I called my girl right away, and she started crying, and then I called my brother, and then he started getting emotional. Like, this is a whole family experience because like they've always been there to watch you. Like, they know you from the back of their hand, and it was just crazy. But like it's crazy to have like being pro, but then the UFC, like everything is there, like your weight. Like they make sure everything's super professional. They make sure that you're on weight. They make sure you show up at your appointments and everything like that. So you basically not running around with your head cut off like a chicken trying to do everything. Like they do everything for you. So it was cool that they did it. You just see the difference between the 2 leagues and how professional it is. And once you do get to that level, you just see a big difference.
I couldn't imagine. This is a different era that we live in. We just saw on Tuesday night a 17-year-old get a UFC contract. We're talking.
That's crazy. That is crazy, my man.
I mean, if you think about like 5 years ago, Dana White's looking at like guys in their 30s and with a ton of fights under their belt, and now he's taking guys in like young in the game like you. It's pretty wild. I guess you were born at the right time, right? This is perfect.
Yeah, I mean, that is a new era, shit. But I could only imagine at 17, like you figure, like I'm not even in my prime yet. So I am going to be in my prime once I get 27, 20, 28, 30, whatever it is. But I don't know if he's going to, like I'm not taking anything away from him. He's fucking amazing. I just seen the contender fight that he has. Mm-hmm. But he should already be in his prime at 27, 28, 29. But who knows to show, like, if whatever happens to, like, the brain or whatever, if he might not even be able to be at his prime at that age, when he's already going to be coming out because of all the fights that he had already. But yeah, that kid's fucking amazing. His wrestling is good. Like, I'm not taking anything in. Good for him. My hat goes off to him. But me at 17, I know I wouldn't be ready. Shit.
Yeah, the gentleman that we're talking about to the live chat. By the way, this is Pete Rodriguez. He's got a big fight coming up in a couple of weeks. We're going to get to that in a second. But there was a Raul Rosas who fought in the Contender Series last night, 17 years old, gets a contract, shocks a lot of people that the age. But so what do you think? We were talking about this last night. This guy's age, taking that damage at a young age, it is concerning though, right? By the time he hits 21 years old, with all this experience at the highest of levels, it's a little scary, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, who knows if he's going to be already at the end of his career when he should have already been in his prime. Mm-hmm. Like, for me, like, I feel like I'm going in at a young age, but still I have a lot of, I need to get my primal years, but I'm not going to be taking as much damage as 17, 18, 19. So I'm 25 right now. So you figure 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 45, 8 years. But like I said, I just watched the Contender Series, and just like Dana said, he's going on against these 25, 26-year-olds, making them look like it's nothing. The spinning back kick that he did to the face was really impressive. I seen that. Just his mobility, that fake knee to the takedown, he knows how to mix it up, and he's fast. Mm-hmm.
Now, back onto you. So here you are. You get the call for this fight in the UFC, your first fight, UFC 270, and Ngannou versus Gane. And your nerves must have been through the roof. I mean, Bruce Buffer. I need you to paint this picture for me. And listen, to those of you that don't know, it wasn't a good ending, but we're gonna have a redemption fight coming up. But here's the deal. Like, I mean, we've had Bruce Buffer on the show a couple of times, and just talking to him through Skype, I'm like, oh my God. So I couldn't imagine you making that walk and then this man screaming your name. So walk me through this. Your music, your walking out music is playing. You're carving your way through this crowd. Like, what's going on here? Tell me about this.
Like, a lot of people said, oh, it's the lights that got you, lights that got you. I don't really feel like it was, because like I'm saying, it's just like any other fight, but just with people. But if you don't have nerves, like, everybody has, I don't care who you say, if you don't have nerves before the fight, let me come over here so I can smack you around real quick, because you're gonna have nerves. And that's how it was for the whole beginning. I know it has nerves, but that's natural, so I didn't let it get to me. So I knew what we had to do. But as far as like coming out to the music, like that's what, just like you hear a new song and you're pumped and you're like, oh, I'm gonna put this song on repeat. But when you see the lights, that's just all you focus on is your walkout song, and it gives you more motivation to go in there to go handle the business that you're gonna do. But yeah, like even the days before, the media, them taking pictures, like, oh, I'm actually here now. But like I said, you do get nerves, but once that gate closes, I know it's him or me, and I know it ain't gonna be me. So all those nerves go right away as soon as that door closes. That's the coolest thing, that even like Bruce Buffer is like, I kind of took it in, and I was like, damn, I'm actually here. So I took it in for a while, and then I let that go, and then I was ready. As soon as the gate closes, I was ready to go. Wow.
So it just became automatic, right? The gate closes, and then that's it. You're focused on your opponent.
Yeah, bro. That's what I said. Like, I sure know as damn well it ain't gonna be me, because I think like, oh, he's gonna come into my house. He's gonna take whatever my belongings. He's gonna come in here, hurt my family. This. That's what I just think, bro. And I use that motivation, and it's either him or it ain't gonna be me. And I know goddamn well it ain't gonna be me. So I know all those nerves go away, and I get in this mode. It's dead game mode. It's game over.
Mm-hmm. And now this fight goes down. It doesn't go your way, unfortunately. It happens in the first round. But what's interesting is all of your fights, no matter what, win or lose, it's not going to the second round. So it seems like you're the type of guy that wants to get in there and get the work done. And in this situation over here, in hindsight, now that you're preparing for your second UFC fight, what do you take from a loss in your debut?
There's a lot of things, bro. Like I said, that loss really hurts. Like, that loss really hurts. But then when you actually watch film, you're like, damn, you pick apart yourself. Like, you critique yourself in the best and the worst way. Like, damn, I shouldn't have done this. I should have done this. I shouldn't have done this. There's a lot of things I shouldn't have done in that fight, because when you get ready for a fight, you have a whole camp. So every day gives you that 1% that you're gonna get better. Mm-hmm. But like with this, we only had a week, so I wasn't. Now I would say motivated, but it was just harder to trust the game plan since it was only a week. Okay. Like, oh, what if this happens? Because for a camp, you always have a plan A, plan B, plan C, this and this and this. But in that fight, it just didn't go how I wanted to, because my footwork and everything that I've done. So this fight will be a lot more different. I could tell you that for a fact.
And the UFC has to do the right thing. I mean, if they throw you to the wolves like this so quickly, I mean, the least they could do is give you another chance in the UFC. So what happens here? Did you sign like a one-off contract to fight this fight, or was it a multi-fight deal?
Yeah, no, it was for this fight.
So your original fight, it was just a one-off?
Yeah, it was just a one-off.
So what happened? So did a manager or something reach out to the UFC? Did they reach out to you for a second fight?
Yeah, bro. Actually, a couple of days later, or a week later, after whatever, my manager reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, we already got a fight lined up." Like I said, it was supposed to be in August, but my opponent got injured, and then we pushed back to October. But yeah, he had called me and said, "Hey, you're gonna get the winner of so and so. Whoever wins, just be prepared." So as soon as that phone call was made out, that's when I started training and getting ready and pushing it to the limit.
It's nice to know that they do the right thing. You know, if they just had you fight this one-off, that the odds were against you, and they just let you go, that'd be crazy. So
yeah, bro, that would have been crazy.
So here you are, redemption, and the guy they put against is the most hated guy in the UFC. I'm sorry, I don't know if you like this guy.
Hey, that's the business, bro. I don't take nothing away from that. If it is, like, it is what it is. That's what they put me against, and I'm still gonna go in there people are probably gonna want to see me fucking whip his ass, but like I said, I don't take nothing away from that guy. He's his own person, and he's gonna try to do the same thing. But yeah, unfortunately, it happens like that. It happens like that. No matter what anybody thinks, I'm gonna be in there, and I'm gonna stay humble, and I'm gonna go do what I gotta do.
If you're just jumping in, Pete Rodriguez is fighting Mike Jackson. Going down in a couple weeks, the truth versus the dead game. So Mike Jackson. Okay, I don't know if you're familiar. Have you seen this guy on Twitter? Have you ever seen what he said on social media?
Nah, bro. My coach was telling me the other day. He's like, "You got Twitter?" He's like, people are saying whatever he's saying. I was like, "Nah, bro, I don't." That's why I don't got Twitter, man. So don't mess with anyone's bullshit. Like Facebook, Twitter, bro. Like I don't like all that shit. But I did. My coach told me a little bit, but you can inform me a little bit more of what's going on.
Well, let me tell you a little backstory here, Pete. Mike Jackson, well, you know he fought CM Punk, of course. Do you watch it? Do you watch any of that tape to prepare for this fight, or you're like, that's nonsense?
No, bro, of course I've watched it because it's not going to change up anything, you know? Like, oh, I'm going to change up this. Like, he's a fighter, and I can see that. I can totally see that. So I still do watch him.
Mm-hmm. So this gentleman, he's notorious for his Black Power tattoo on his chest. Very controversial, but he wears that on his chest. And nothing wrong with that. I got a ton of tattoos on me. I get it. If it means something to you, put it on your body. Who gives a shit? It's not my job to say that's right or wrong. But here's the thing. This guy on Twitter is... He is the most racist piece of shit I have ever come across in my life. Let me just say this. Like, now we like to have fun over here. We like to, dabble in everything, make fun of everything. And I like that. And we went back and forth on Twitter, and it wasn't even like, I don't even know what the fuck was going on. All I said,
I'm going to need to see that.
Dude, all I said was something about, isn't this the guy that lost to CM Punk, fought CM Punk or something like that? Like, I just said something about CM Punk. This dude starts calling me a snow roach.
You're gonna need to say it. You're gonna screenshot those screenshots so you can send it to me so I can have a fucking good laugh, bro. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be laughing my ass off.
I'm gonna try to dig those up. Anyone in the chat, if you have those old screenshots, please do me a favor. Send it. Yeah, send those DMs. So yeah, he called me and my wife
a stink roach.
A snow roach.
A snow roach.
Which I've never heard. Apparently, it's a slang against white people. I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, all right, I'm a snow roach. Then he tells me that I smell like a wet dog.
Oh my God! We should change that to snow roach MMA-Holes. We should change that to. We'll see how much likes that gets.
Well, our community, we've taken to it, and I have a proposal for you, but I'll tell you in a second. So anyway, we went back and forth. I'm like, holy shit! So I didn't know much about Mike Jackson. All I knew is he was the guy that fought CM Punk, right? That's all I knew. So when he started calling me a snow roach, I thought it was hilarious. So I started doing some research, and sure enough, this guy is like the most racist person out there. He's calling it white fragility he was saying we had, and he was telling other people this, and just a bunch of nonsense. And I was saying to myself, the UFC is the highest of levels, right? The highest of levels over there. When you fight, you want to get into the UFC. That is like the big dance. And I don't understand how a guy like this could run around and be the most racist piece of shit I've ever seen in my life, right? So I told Mike Jackson this. Mike, you could come on the show. The offer's there. Let's squash the beef. Let's throw down on the show. And after him telling me that I had white fragility, you know what he did?
What did he say?
He said no. He was too scared.
Oh no.
Unlike you, a fine gentleman, come on the show like a true champion. This man has fragility of a different color. I'm not going to say what it is because that's racist. But anyway. It's not white fragility.
Did you actually offer him to come on the show?
I did, and he says I wouldn't go on that white fragility show. Like he would just start bashing our audience, and I was like, whatever, bro. Like I wanted to see what I thought it would be a great appearance. What do you think? It would have been a good appearance, right?
Yeah, that would have been great fucking media. That would have been great fucking news.
Who knows? We could have became best friends, but he declined, and now I think he's the biggest piece of shit in the world. Anyway, so I have a proposal for you, Mr. Pete. You have a big fight coming up October 15th against the enemy, Mike Jackson. And I want to ask you a question here because we know you're going to get your hand raised. You're going to beat the shit out of this guy. We're confident about this. I'm assuming you're confident as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, listen. Pete, when you get your hand raised, okay?
This is already funny. I already know where this is going.
I need you to do us a favor. If you can just get into that mic. If Joe doesn't give you the mic, if they're trying to move things along, that's fine. But if it's at the media scrum or whatever, if you just say, "Hey, I want to give a shout out to my snow roaches, the MMA-Holes." Pete.
We can see we can work something out, man. We can work something out.
I'll tell you,
if I can't steal that mic, I'll see what I can do.
I'll tell you what, if you do that, I will put your head on this screen right here for every interview. I will have you immortalized, the first ever fighter on the show where your head is stuck on the screen. What do you say? Come on.
Have to give me a fucking, what are those bobbleheads or what are those?
I'm gonna put your face on. Heads. I'm going to have your face on the screen for every interview of the MMA-Holes. It's going to be here no matter who's on the show. You are going to be immortalized on our screen if you're able to say, "I want to shout out the snow roaches, the MMA-Holes."
Yeah, we can see what we can do, man. That would be great. That's a good proposition.
There we go. Chat, what do you think? Amazing. What do you think in the chat? Come on. Let me know in the chat what you think. Pete, you're the man.
I love your energy, man. Your energy's fucking cool. Your energy's amazing, dog. I love it. Feeding off your energy, and just like I said, even just being on this podcast is giving me more motivation to go in there and to build me up to go in there. Like I said, your energy is amazing, and I appreciate who you are, man.
Thank you. That's actually really nice of you. And listen, at the end of the day, I'm a big fan of what you guys do. You guys are warriors that go out there and train every day and put everything on the line for that one time inside the cage, win or lose. Like, everything is just stuck in that one opportunity. So nothing but respect to you guys over there. Besides Mike Jackson, he could die. But anyway, maybe not die. Maybe, I don't know. But how do you vision this fight going down, Mike Jackson? He was in a really bizarre fight in his last one. How do you see this fight going down?
Well, just by looking at his fights, he's a lengthy fighter, and all the lengthy fighters. I'm used to fighting lengthy fighters. Like, all my career at 185 at amateur, all those dudes were 6'1", 6'2", so it's nothing new. So I already know what he's gonna do already, man. It's not like something like a fighter I've never seen before or never seen film on him. But it is like kind of hard because there's not really that much film on him, just like the kickboxing film that I've seen. But he's a lengthy guy, man. I can't say what my game plan is, but I can see how it can go. I don't think it's gonna go past the first round. I'm not looking for the knockout. All my knockouts, I'm not gonna go in there. People think that I don't have cardio. I can go in there the second and third round and go in there if I finish it whenever I wanted to. But people are just giving me opportunities. So when I see the opportunity, I'm gonna go in there and take it and throw my right hand or my jab or my uppercut, and it's the distance is gonna be way different.
Yeah,
between my first fight.
Yeah, he's 6'2", you're 5'9", but I noticed he only has a inch reach differential with you, so your reach is almost identical.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, it's like an inch is an inch, bro. It's not too much at all.
So have you been bringing like long guys into your camp to prepare for something like this?
Yeah, bro, we got a couple of fighters that we've been working with, and it does, like, you see, like, you go against these fighters that are my size, which do help you, but then you go against the lengthy dudes, and then you're like, okay, I thought this was gonna be enough, but let me step a little foot backer, and then it actually helps out a lot. Or let me do this or switch it up, or my coach tells me something, and I'll do it, I'll switch it, and then I'll do it, and then it works all the time. Like, it works most of the time, all the time, because a lot of the things they see that I'm doing wrong that I can't see, I'll be like, what? No, okay, let me try this. And then I'll do it, and then it just works out. It's crazy how it works out. Like, I tell you, like, every time, like, it's like seeing a magician pull out a trick out of a bag. Like, you say something, you don't believe it, and then you pull it out, and it's like, oh, damn, it's right there. And then it'll work. So yeah, it's always good to get those tall guys in camp.
That's pretty cool. And by the way, if you're just jumping in, Pete Rodriguez is live with us. He's fighting Mike Jackson October 15th. It's going down. I was looking at the card over here. I mean, it looks like you're ahead of Asunciao versus Victor Henry. I mean, you're like prime real estate. I see Nick Maximov's on the card. Jordan Wright's on the card. A lot of named people under you on this card.
Yeah.
So look at that.
Have they put up the card yet? I've been trying to look at it, and it's, every time that I would try to see in the card that they wasn't there with my opponent on there.
So I'm looking at Tapology now. I don't know. Maybe UFC will switch things around the day of the fight. But yeah, like from this point over here, I mean, you got Maximov under you. You got a Sunsao under you. I mean, these are pretty. You know, there's a young guy in Maximov with the Diaz situation, and then Sunsao is a G man. This guy's been around forever. Over here, but here you are against Mike Jackson on the card, and it looks like you're almost at the main card over here. You're like smack in the middle of the prelims.
Yeah, that's always exciting, man. I mean, that's always exciting because especially when the fight's going on, more people tune in like towards the main event. But even if I was the first fight, I mean, it doesn't really matter. But that is like, it gives it that extra credit that I am up there at the top.
It's pretty
cool.
Go
ahead and to make the fans happy and for more people to tune on to see me fight. That's what I love for, man. That's what I love it just to do it for my people, my family.
And now,
me.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
No, I'm just saying it just gives me more like credibility and love that I'm at the top, that I can fight for my people.
There you go. And it's going to be at the Apex, so it's going to be a little bit more intimate here. Any change in like mindset now walking into the Apex with a little more intimate of a crowd, or is it just business as usual?
It's just more business as usual. It is cool. I think I like it better because it is that one-on-one. So you don't have to worry about all these people or this happening or anything happening behind the scenes, but they give you your own little room. I was looking up actually like on YouTube of like the behind the scenes of Apex, and it looks a lot more impressive than I thought. Than I just seen it, because you just see it like on ESPN whenever they have the fight nights. But I was looking more into it, and it's like, damn, this is actually like state of the art facility that they just made just for the fighters. So that's cool. Like, and no other promotion does that. Like I'm saying, the UFC has they have their shit together, man. They have their shit together, and you see that firsthand. So yeah, it's cool. Like I'm gonna love that one-on-one, and just to be able to hear, like every time I throw a hit or a jab or a hard punch, you're gonna be able to hear that.
I'm going to be fired up to watch this. And are you going to have family in the crowd or friends?
I don't know if they do. I think they give out 2 tickets. I'm not sure how the whole ticket things go, but yeah, my family's going to be there. I'm going to have some family that's going to go. But if they don't, then they're going to be at home watching it. I have a lot of family that they put up a big projection screen, and they all get together. It's like a big movie. Like they eat popcorn, they have carne asada, they get together, just like a big Mexican family. Like that, you know, that their family is just huge, and it's cool that I have people back home that are watching it and stuff like that.
That's awesome. Now, does the UFC ever, did they talk about maybe channeling in? Because sometimes I've seen that where the family's at home, they got a big gathering, and they'll have someone or a camera there to kind of Skype in or whatever, so they get their reaction too. Have they spoken about that or no?
No, that'd be cool if they did. That's a good one. I might have to tell someone to do that.
Yeah, that'd be something cool. Else. You got a big family yelling and screaming as you knock out the most racist UFC fighter in the world.
I'm gonna tell them as soon as they knock it up to switch screens. I'm gonna talk to Dana, see if he can do that.
and have you met Dana? Have you had an interaction like one-on-one with Dana at all?
I haven't talked to him person to person. I thought he was a lot taller than he seems, but he's like my size. But he has some big hands. I shook his hand. His hands are huge.
Yeah, so Dana,
on stage when I went to go weigh in, I shook his hand. I looked him in his eyes, and yeah, he got some big old meaty hands. He's a big guy. He's a pretty big dude. He's built. He's built. He got some muscle on him.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? How in shape he got himself. He's solid.
Yeah, his arms are huge.
Absolutely, yeah. Dana White, the big boss. I mean, listen, how could you not like Dana White? Dana White's done such a great job, right?
I'm going to ask him for an arm wrestle or something. He can do something.
You should get on the mic and say, I want to arm wrestle you, Dana White.
Or bench pressing challenge or something.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Let me know in the chat if you'd like to see. That'd be amazing over there. It seems like you have a pretty good sense of humor. You like to have a little fun on the off time? When you play video games, watch movies, what do you do?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I don't really have too much time to like play games. I used to play games all the time, like Xbox, PS4. That's what I do when I come home straight after school. I come home and play games, but I like more chilling now. Like I'm a more chill dude now. I already had that in the past of partying, doing all this. So I think as the time goes on, I'm getting older. I just like to chill. I have my pets there at the house. I like going out on walks and enjoying the nature. I'm watching not a documentary, but I'm watching a Netflix series on Netflix right now. It's called Blacklist. I don't know if you heard of it, but I'm getting really into that. So after I'm done training or after I'm done running, I'll go home and me and my girl would throw that on. We'll watch it, a few episodes.
Oh, that's pretty cool. And your girlfriend, how long have you been dating?
For 2 years, bro.
2 years. Oh, okay, so
you're 2 years, bro.
So she's been with you during the craziness of your career.
Yes, yeah, bro. Yeah, it's cool how she just supports me to the end of this earth. Like when I fight, she made me fight shirts. She made me a fight basket. She's just so excited to be there, and her support is unreal.
So she's seen you at the high of the high, the low of the low, and now back up to the highs. I mean, it's good to have a backbone like that, though, right? I mean, someone to support you.
As soon as I got done after my fight, like I was upset, like I was really upset. But she's like, it's okay to feel those emotions, because you're gonna uplift yourself and carry yourself, and those feelings that you're feeling right now, they're gonna take you higher to a higher level. So like, don't suppress your feelings, because I was like, that's like losing in a big stage like that. Like, who's not gonna get upset? So I was upset, but when she talked to me for a little bit and told me that's okay to feel those feelings and be a person and be a human to feel those feelings and acknowledge them, just at least acknowledge those feelings, and it's just a big, like I said, she gives me a lot of motivation too.
That's awesome. So you have a tight family, you have a girlfriend that you love, and you're in the UFC. I mean, what else is there? What do you need?
I was trying to think, but I don't think I need anything else, man. Like I'm a person that don't need a lot, man. I'm happy with what I have right now. Just to appreciate the stuff that I have right now, and once I do get those stuff, I can enjoy them because I've worked hard for them. I don't need fucking $1 million in my bank account. I do once I work for that, and then I'll appreciate it more. I appreciate it more. But God's not going to give you anything without sacrificing. You can pray for it all you want and do the little bits of work, but He ain't going to give you anything without no sacrifice.
Do you think ahead? Do you say, okay, in 3 years I'll be here, in 5 years I'll be there? Do you think that far ahead, or are you just one day at a time?
It's kind of hard for me to think that way. Like, of course, you'd be a person that's trying to acknowledge things or want things, like you write them down. But I think that just gives me more anxiety of the person, because I would have to look at myself different. And if I wanted something else in 5 years, it'd be like, I would have a high expectation for myself, which I do. But just having to be thinking this, like I usually say things, I usually write a list or thinking, okay, this, like for my fight, it's like a couple months or a couple weeks away. And I try to do day by day things, because if I think about something in 5 years, 6 years, I just get anxiety, and I just get myself worked up, and I just, like I said, it's not really, it gives me a lot of anxiety like that. I'm just more of a day by day person, and taking things day by day. That helps me out a lot. I don't know if anybody, because I know people do. They say they see themselves in 5 years in here, but that's just not me.
And for your family, like your parents and stuff like that, is it incredibly difficult? Like when you said, hey, I want to be a fighter, were they like full force, hey, go for it? Or they're like, why don't you try something else?
Bro, not at all.
Really?
Not like that. My mom was, of course, she's like she don't know, she just thinks that you're crazy and stuff like that, but she told me, you won't know how, you won't know how it feels like until you have a kid, until you have a child, then you know how protective you are. And when she said that, I was like, damn, yeah, that does make sense, because I know I am a little bit protective over my family and my loved ones right now. I could only imagine how protective I'd be when I have a little me, a little dead game, or a little baby girl. But yeah, man, but it's crazy to me that now she loves it. Like, she always asks me, hey, did you go to practice, or did you do this? And now she's like excited. Now she asks me more questions than anybody else. Or even my grandma, I got her tattooed on my neck right here. My grandma, I love her to death. She was kind of nervous at first, but like I said, she now, like, every time I go to her house or every time I go visit my mom and my family, she always asks me, oh, mijito, when's going to be your next fight? And I'm so excited to see you and go over there and give them hell. And yeah, so it's kind of cool to see that change, and she changing them. And like I said, they didn't want to see me get hurt. And I think that's what they were expecting, because obviously it's a fist fight, but they know now I know how to fight, and I'm just not going in there and swinging my head out. So it's kind of cool to go over there and for them to ask new questions, so it's really cool to really love me.
They got to be so proud of you, man, that you made the big dance so quick, though. Like, they were reluctant. Like, they're like, I don't want to see my son get hurt, but here you are fighting in the UFC. I mean, it's got to be a really good feeling for you to be able to make them proud, I mean.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like I said, even when I got all my tattoos, like, my mom wasn't even happy, but now she knows that this man that I'm growing up to be, and she knows that I'm not just gonna be running around in the streets doing whatever. Because it was easy to do that, living on the South Side and just growing up, and you hear all this shit happening, and it's easy for someone to do that. Like, it is easy for a lot of people to do different shit that's bad, but you just gotta. I appreciate my mom because she's always been strict on me. She's always been strict on me, and even at a late age, like, I would want to do this, and I just get so upset. I'd be like, dang. And now I understand. Now I understand where she comes from. She's like, you'll never understand what it is to have a child, like a loved one. So it just gives me a bigger understanding and a better loving for my parents.
Wow, it sounds like you got a really smart, loving mother. That's really nice to hear. Well, how old?
Yeah, and
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying, and my pops as well. He was a boxer. So, and all my Theo's box, and my Theo was supposed to go to the Olympics boxing. So they always give me feedback. Every time my dad gives me feedback, I'm always taking it in it, and it helps out so much. Just the little things that he taught me was important.
Mm-hmm. And how old were you when you got your first tattoo? Because you do seem like you have a lot of tattoos on you.
Yeah, 18.
18.
Right
Okay.
after high school.
Oh, there you go. I mean, you're kind of an adult anyway, so I mean, you could make it. It wasn't like you were getting them when you're 12 or in 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you regret?
No, not at all. No, I got my. You figure like, oh, when you get your first tattoo, it's gonna be little. I wanted to go all out and get my first half sleeve, so I got a half sleeve when I was 18, and then I finished it like a couple months later. So I had a full sleeve at 18 already.
Oh, you didn't waste any time.
Nah. I knew a lot of people say, oh, you don't know what you're gonna do in your career, this and this. I never had people come up to me and say that. People look at you wrong ways, but that's other people what they're gonna do. People say, oh, you're not gonna get a job. I mean, I never heard that from nobody, but I believed in myself. I already knew what I wanted to do from the beginning, so I got them anyways because I liked them.
It's a whole different world now. Like maybe 10, 15 years ago, you had tattoos. You're not getting a job. Now everyone's got tattoos. It's silly.
I think just the older people look at me different because this is a different generation.
Yeah.
But it's funny though. Like the older people stare and they're like, "Oh, dang, that's a lot of tattoos." But
yeah,
it's funny.
That's their problem, not yours, right?
Yeah.
We got a message from our chat. Let me play this real quick.
Super chat.
Okay, this is Nikki Peretti.
Ask Pete if he smokes bud.
Okay, good question. Do you smoke bud?
Yeah, bro. I smoke a little bit, but I do it when I go to bed. I smoke sativas. Some of the indicas give me a little bit of anxiety, but if I got something to do during the day, like I won't smoke. Like it doesn't do nothing to me. It doesn't take anything away from me. But I like a person that I could feel completely control my emotions or anything like that. But I smoke every time I go to bed or every time at night. I'll smoke and I'll chill. I'll chill in bed or I'll smoke with my girl. We just chill.
And the UFC is completely cool with it now, right? They don't bust chops anymore with the marijuana?
No, they're not on your neck about it anymore. I don't know how it is about fight week like that. I don't even smoke like that with fight week, but yeah, they ain't busting nobody's chops about it.
And when you say anxiety, because I started doing edibles lately, I've been getting a little crazy with myself.
Yeah, bro. It's like I smoke sometimes, bro, and it's like, fuck, you instantly regret it because you're just thinking about a million things in your head. And it's like, that's why I don't smoke like indicas or like that. Because it just this crazy how different strains make you feel different ways. You just got to know what's good for your body and what it does for you. Like when I smoke, I be tripping, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's why I don't do edibles either. Like, no, fuck all that.
Do you drink too, or do you alcohol too, or you just like weed?
Nah, once in a while, bro. It is always good just to have like a little glass. Just nothing too crazy, bro. Like I said, all those partying days are over and shit. Like I really don't. Like I like sticking to myself. So I'll have a glass, on the weekends here and there.
Yeah, being a professional athlete, it's got to be wild. You kind of want to look what you put in your body, right? Do you try to stay healthy with your diet, even with no off season, or do you go crazy?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not like on that Patty level, like that Patty Pimblett level, but I do like to eat, man. I do like to indulge, and like I said, it's nothing super crazy, but yeah, I have a burger, I have pizza. I'm not like the most strictest person I'm like ever, but like at a level, it needs to be where you're maintaining it because, like I said, UFC is the biggest platform, and you want to be the healthiest person. So it is super important to keep your body in the perfect tip-top shape that there is. And I'm learning that as I go. Like it's still, like I said, it's day by day for me, and I'm learning all these things. And it'll be way easier for me to hire somebody in nutrition to do all this and hire this person for my agility and all that. That's the level that it needs to be right now.
I got great news, by the way. I just saw in the DMs someone slipped in the messages with Mike Jackson, so I will send those to you.
Yeah, send them to me. I'd love to get a good laugh, bro.
Yes, knucklehead. Yeah, thank you. Thanks to Damn Savage in the chat for dropping that in our Discord.
Thank you, Damn Savage.
So when you became a UFC fighter, and now are you like with social media and stuff like that? Is it weird now? Like now that you're kind of like you're this UFC guy that do you get weird people coming out of the woodwork trying to be friends with you, or just oddballs on the internet?
You do good at, but you know the difference between an oddball and a fucking person that's genuine, bro. That's just to me, to read a person like that, you know that already. Like just to fucking, I knew a lot of shit was gonna change, but I'm not gonna let that predict the person who I am. I'm still gonna say the person who I am, but you can definitely tell who was there and who wasn't from the beginning. But it's cool to see somebody be like, hey, congratulations, dude, I'm so proud of you. I'm a big fan. That's different between somebody that's just hopping on and be like, oh damn, I didn't even know you, I didn't talk to you. But yeah, I get a lot of people now, like just in random places, like, oh dude, I know you got in UFC, I watch your fights and stuff like that. So that's super cool to me. Like I said, I feed off that energy, and it gives me more energy to use that to go in the cage to know what I'm fighting for and know what I'm doing. But yeah, the oddballs, there's always gonna be oddballs, man.
You don't have people sliding in with dick pics or like crazy girls.
Oh hell, that's disturbing.
These poor
yeah,
females.
But there is people like that, man, and I'm probably sure you get that shit all the time.
Oh, my wife has been threatened to be raped multiple times. It's crazy. My wife, a gentleman said that he wants to shove her in a trunk and rape her dead body. That's what we get.
Hell no. Or so you click a link, or it'll be showing that big dude with this big old fucking big black dick. Have you seen that picture?
Oh yeah.
People are like, I mean, if it's your homies, that's different. But you click something or whatever, they always fuck with me like that, man.
Have you ever had any memes made? Because we get a lot over here. Like we have a lot of fun with memes, and sometimes fighters are casualties of it. But have you had, like, I know you have that one loss. Did anyone try to hit you with a meme or anything like that, or were you safe from that?
Nah, bro, I was safe from that. I was home safe from that. If they did, that would be funny. I wouldn't care about it, man. That's just giving me more exposure. That would be funny to me. If someone did, I would be happy that someone did that and said it to me. They can go ahead and do it right now. They wanted to.
That's why I love the way Kamaru Usman handled his loss. He handled it like a pro.
Yeah, like he was even critiquing himself and watching it. He was even laughing about it, man. At the end of the day, he's a human being, and he hasn't lost that little oomph in him. And he has that oomph. He has that oomph to carry him still throughout his career. It's like a lot of fighters, you see them in this level, like they win, they're just so outstanding, and they get that one loss and it defeats them. Like you see him going on a losing streak, but that's not the casualty with Kamaru Usman. I seen him in person, and he seems like a really cool, down to earth person too. But like I said, he has that oomph in him to he ain't gonna let nobody get one on him or anything on him. But it's cool to see that he's a cool, humble person and not being no bad sportsmanship about it.
Yeah, he seems like a real G, man. The guy will bounce back, and he's already done great things.
For sure.
So he never has to do another good thing. I mean, the guys. I listen to Will Harris on Joe Rogan. Do you listen to Joe Rogan at all, or no?
Yeah, once in a while I do.
Yeah, I don't listen much, but Will Harris is on there. He's a friend of the show, and he does the documentaries Anatomy of a Fighter. He's friends with Kamaru Usman. And he said that Usman has some serious, like he's dealing with some real big injuries. His knees are really screwed up. His hand, he's got problems with that with the surgery. Do you fight with injuries?
No, I haven't got an injury so far, yeah. I haven't had a super serious injury, but like, damn, I can't fight or I need to take this much off. I had a little shoulder injury, but it was nothing too crazy. But I can only imagine because he's a wrestler as well. And I know a lot of wrestlers have a lot of injuries because they're always, they're going at it all the time. But I mean, I haven't had a big one, knock on wood. Thank God I haven't had a big one yet. The only one is when I fucking got my nose broke, but that didn't really do anything.
There you go. And what would be a dream fight in the UFC for you?
A dream fight? What do you mean, like a dream fight? Like
so say whether it's a retired fighter or a fighter on the roster right now, like who would be a guy that you would love to share the octagon with?
Oh, shit, you're putting me on the spot. I don't know, because when you get to that level, you don't know if those fighters are still gonna be there. Like you don't know if they're gonna be there, but not giving them any because I actually love them. I'm a big fan of D-Rod. That'd be super cool. Like the two Rodriguez's fighting, that'd be really cool just to go out there and represent like our last name. That'd be really cool. I think the fans would love that. So I don't know if I get to that level when I don't know if he'll be going out or if he's still gonna be there. But fucking shouts out to D-Rod because I'm a big fan.
Yeah, he's a scrapper, man. That was crazy what happened, right? With that UFC event where they mixed all of the opponents up.
That's the first thing I've ever seen. And when I seen it, I was like, what in the fucking world, bro? That's just crazy to prepare for somebody and know last minute, oh, we're going to fight this dude. But then again, I'm pretty sure they didn't care. They're going to fight. And I don't know if they got reimbursed or some shit like that. But yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen that in the history of fighting. It might have been that in like in another event, but yeah, that was crazy. I just couldn't even believe it, at all. To know D.R. fighting that what's his name?
The Leech, Li Jingliang.
Leech, yeah, and just for Tony Ferguson to be fighting Diaz, and that fight was supposed to be a long time ago. They were talking about it, but that was a good fight too. And it was just crazy. It was a good show though. Every one of those fights were good.
And what do you think about Khamzat Chimaev, the scary Khamzat Chimaev that can't make weight? What do you think about him?
Scary dude. Yeah, he's a big dude. He's a monster. He's a fucking monster, bro. And for a lot of people to say, oh, like he went in there to go fight, nobody expected him to take him down. I mean, you're gonna take that away from him to not go in there and bang. Like I don't know what he was thinking in his head, but as long as he got the job done, more power to him. Like a lot of people say, oh, like you're talking shit for him not fighting the way that he fought there. It's because the fans want them to fight how they want them to fight, not how he wants to fight. A lot of people predict all the this and this and this, but that's just the fans talking how they wanted to be entertained, and they weren't entertained, so that's why they were talking shit.
It's got to be irritating, the armchair quarterbacks, the Joe Schmoes that would podcast sitting on the couch, no combat sports experience, telling fighters what to do. I always laugh when I see people on the internet doing that. Is that why you stay away from Twitter?
Yeah, that's many reasons, bro. I mean, I wasn't even a social media person like that, bro. Like I wish I know how to, I'd probably hire people just to market stuff better, to do videos and do this, so I won't have to like worry about it, because I know there is ways how to do it. Because as a fighter, you do have to market yourself.
Sure.
You do have to do this. You do have to do a lot of shit. It's not just fighting. It's like there's a lot of shit that goes into it. Because if you do want to market yourself, you're gonna have to get sponsors. You have to get this, and it's a whole lot of shit that goes into it. So I want to work on that more. I want to focus on that more, but I don't want to let that take away of my whole fighting thing. I think I might hire somebody or do this. So
there you go.
So yeah, bro.
I tell you what, man, Pete, you have been a pleasure to speak to. You're a very likable human being, and I can't wait to see you kick Mike Jackson's ass, grab that mic and say, shout out to my snow roaches, the MMA-Holes. Can't wait, man.
I'm going to have to call you right after, man.
Well, listen, man, I'm rooting for you, and I can't wait to see this fight. You know, a lot of people are complaining because a female fight is at the main event, but we got you guys on the card over here. I mean, that's the people's main event.
Yeah, fucking Jared. I was supposed to be on the card with Jared too. Jared's a big man. Jared's a big monster. He's a scary monster. Yeah, and he was supposed to fight I'm fucking horrible with names. He was supposed to fight what's his name?
You talking about Cannonier?
Yeah, Cannonier was supposed to fight on
Strickland.
that same card.
Yeah, he was supposed to.
Strickland, there you go.
That's right.
I guess he got an injury. They pushed it back to December, but yeah, fucking I'm gonna still go in there and represent. That would have been cool to be on the same card with him though.
That would have been cool. What's up with Jared with those rocks? Those rocks that he likes. What's that about?
The rocks are like the weights.
So he I don't know. He uses rocks for energy. I've seen him talk about this on interviews before. Yeah. Next time you talk to him.
I'm not too sure about that, but I'll ask him next time. I know different. I know. I think I know what you're talking about though. I think it's like to do with the feel off of the energy.
Yeah.
A lot of energy, because my girl gave me a rock before my fight. It's like a stone warrior energy rock that gives you more energy. It's like a stone of a warrior. So I always carry that around with me. So that might have to do something with that, of like different energies that feed off of different things, of different vibrations. So that might be the thing that, I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but yeah, because like I said, my girl's really spiritual too. Like she'll tell me about all this other stuff, and I pay attention to it, and it calms me down. So that might have to be with what you're talking about.
There you go. And she gave you this before this fight?
Nah, bro, she had gave it to me before, like when she met me.
Oh,
like,
okay.
There's like a different rocks with different meanings, and that one was special to me because it's a warrior stone. So I carry that everywhere with me. I have it in my gym bag.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Hey, man, it sounds like you got it all together, man. You got a great relationship. You have a loving family. You got a UFC fight coming up over here. You're going to beat the crap out of this guy. I'm rooting for you. Our community's rooting for you. And if you have any last words to the people, the MMA-Holes, right now is the time for you to get that word out.
I'm not got too much to say, but to everybody who's watching, like I say, thank you so much. My thank you and my appreciation runs miles and miles and miles and miles for me. So I just want to say thank you to the people, my fans, my family that's always believed in me. And stay tuned October 15th, man. October 15th. And shout out to AZ Bullies for sponsoring me. And I'm working on a couple more sponsors right now. And the Shady Boy Mob back in San Francisco and Oakland. So shout out to them. And like I said, if you don't know, now you know. And if you barely know it, it's too damn motherfucking late. Because that game already took the train and he's rolling out of here.
Oh, wow, that was. Do you rap or something? Like what was that about over there? Is that your slogan?
Nah, bro, that's just top off the head. That's what I've always believed in. It's dead game, that game over. Like, you better know. If you don't know, now it's too motherfucking late. And if you're barely started knowing, then the train already took off and it's too late to get to know who I am, and too late for all that nonsense.
Pete, if I ever have any problems in AZ, can I give you a call and maybe you can help me out?
Sure, man. You can hit me up. You can come out my door if you need some help. I'll be right there, man.
My man, Pete.
I'm always helping out my people, whatever they need, even if it's the littlest thing, man. Even if it's a dime I can give them.
You're the best, man. Real likable guy. Pete, rooting for you. Good luck in your fight coming up. We can't wait to speak to you again. Okay, my man?
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. For real.
Okay, there he is. Pete Rodriguez live on the MMA-Holes. What do you say in the chat? Thank you so much to Pete Rodriguez for coming on the show tonight on the MMA-Holes Live. What do you think? What do you say? I tell you what, I'm glad he came on, man. It was a little tough in the beginning to kind of link up, and then bam, we got a date together, and Mike Jackson is his opponent. Pete's going to hit the mic, and he's going to say, shout out to my snow roaches, the MMA-Holes, and the crowd goes wild. I got to be honest with you. October 15th is headlined by Alexa Grasso. Who's she fighting? That's just how much. You know, people are complaining about some of these fight nights. Alexa Grasso versus Araujo. Actually, not a bad fight. But, you know, to the casuals out there.
Casual.
You know, some people are just not going to be fired up for this thing over here. But on this card, we have the people's main event. Pete Rodriguez versus Mike Jackson over here. Mike Jackson's technically 1-1. I don't know. It's a weird thing with him. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Mike Jackson. They had that weird, like, wasn't it a DQ in his last fight? The Dean Barry was the eye gouge, and then he had the CM Punk was a no contest because, what was it, drugs or something? I can't remember what the fuck it was. But anyway, I mean, just a mess. This guy, I never wanted to see a guy lose so bad in my life. Never. Now, thank you to Damn Savage. I'm gonna send Pete these tweets. So here's the tweets we were talking about over here. To those of you that are new to the program, I said, wait, didn't the UFC cut that guy for playing around with CM Punk? I honestly did not know Mike Jackson. Now, this was, January 29th. I didn't know that Mike Jackson was on the roster. I had no idea. And then someone else followed up, didn't he fail a drug test afterwards? And that fight is now a no contest. Exactly. Dana is setting him up so he can get rid of a loser without paying off his contract. Ain't that the truth? So this guy Les over here apparently has been going back and forth with Mike Jackson. And then Mike Jackson says, all that white fragility leaking out, pretty pathetic, with a little gif. Okay. The next one over here, Mike Jackson says, let's see, neither you or your life opinion, neither your life or opinion matters. Neither your life or opinion matters. After we said white fragility, guy calls you a loser and you prove him right with the racist card. Nice way to represent the UFC, and that's what he says. Neither you or your life, neither your life or opinion matters. Okay. Thank you, Mike Jackson. Yeah, he's right. My life really doesn't matter. I haven't really done much. But anyway, hold on a second. There was another one. Hold on a second. Oh, shit. There was more here. Okay. This is not all of them. Yeah, there was more. There was one more flexing, and he called us a wet dog, which was fantastic. Let's see. Which was definitely let's see. Our audience would seriously disagree, but you do you, boo-boo. And he says, your audience, with quotations, sure, guy, keep up the right white fragility. And then I said, hypocrisy at its finest with the hat. By the way, who pissed in your Cheerios before the picture? You look sad. And then he has fuck racism. Like, this was the hat this was the picture that it was on his profile. It was fuck racism, and he's running around like a racist, calling people white fragility and snow roaches and all that stuff. Yeah, damn savage. If you can get all of them, I'll send them to Pete. Give him a little motivation to beat this guy's ass and smack him around. Yeah, he called us a wet dog. He says you guys look like you smell like wet dogs. Call us snow roaches. It was this whole thing. It was all because I said, like, honestly, I don't think it was that bad what I said. All I said is, wait, didn't the UFC cut that guy for playing around with CM Punk? I honestly thought he was cut. Like, that's legit. That's legit what I thought. I had no idea that he was still on the roster. I was confused. It was right before the Dean Barry fight. And Mike Jackson, who, if I'm not mistaken, was like a media member before he became a UFC fighter. It was like a weird story. And honestly, I would have had him on the show. And we would have discussed. But he declined. He declined. So Pete Rodriguez is doing the Lord's work. He's going to go in there and smack this guy around. Mike Jackson is a bigger guy. He's 6'2", fighting a 5'9" Pete Rodriguez. But Pete only has a difference in 1 inch in the reach, as he is 73 inches in reach and 74 inches is Mike Jackson. So Mike Jackson's got the T-Rex arms for his height. Good scrap, though. Interesting scrap. And I am shocked that Mike Jackson is still on this UFC roster. Shocked. And I'm glad that Pete Rodriguez has another shot over here. This is a redemption fight for Pete. Him being a UFC is a joke, but no nickel isn't ready. Wait, hold on. Him being in the UFC is a joke, but no nickel isn't ready? Or Bo Nickel, you trying to say? Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how Mike Jackson's still here. I have no idea. But he's hopefully the lamb to the slaughter. Let's see. Who's the favorite in this fight? Oh, they don't have it on Tapology. Let me see. I'm actually curious. Let me look on my bookie real quick. UFC lines. I don't think they have it up yet. 10-15. No, they don't have that card up yet. I'm curious. All right, what do you guys think about Pete Rodriguez? I thought he was actually like super fucking cool, man. Super cool. I like him a lot. No matter who he's fighting, I'm going to root for this guy for sure. 4 fights, and his 5th fight, he's in the UFC. 4 pro fights. Pretty wild. Thank you, Cece. Appreciate that. Saying I have interview chops. I appreciate that. We just have conversations. That's it. We talk about some fighting and stuff like that, but it's just more about getting to know the guy or gal that comes on the show. I like Pete. He had a tough ass debut. We like Pete, but he has BKFC vibes. He did have a tough debut, Dirtworm. He did. That was a rough one. A week's notice thrown on a pay-per-view, UFC 270. So that's why the UFC's giving him another shot. At least he's got a camp for this one. He has BKFC vibes. I mean, I got to be honest with you. Like, with only 4 professional fights, and bang, he's in the UFC. Like, that is pretty wild. That's a wild story. He's only 4-1-0, and he's on his 2nd UFC fight. So this guy has the opportunity of a lifetime right here in this fight. It's a big situation, big opportunity. Also, I mean, he gets to fucking shut down a real asshole. So it's a kind of a cool fight. Weird but cool. They should put guys like that against each other for debuts. Both very good prospects. Yeah, for his first fight, I mean, that's nuts, right? Jack Della Maddalena, he lost by a counter left hook on a week's notice. They gave him this fight. I mean, Jack is, he's a beast. He's a beast. Jack is a scary dude. Imagine on a week's notice, you have 4 pro fights. Here, fight Jack. That's nuts. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This is the dude they put him up against. Like, that's just fucking crazy. Crazy. Liver punch first round. Counter left first round. Unanimous decision. First round by punches, by strikes in the second. Doctor stoppage. Punch. I mean, what the fuck? This guy came from the Contender Series, and he's still winning. This guy hasn't lost since 2016, and that's who they gave Pete. Yeah, welcome to the UFC. That's crazy. Yo, Pete's a savage, though, man. Jumps in there and says, fuck it, let's go. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Hit the fucking like button. We're going to play a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about, hey, how about a little Conor Floyd in 2023? The rematch. Floyd Mayweather says it's happening. Raul Rosas, we spoke about it with Pete, his possibility of being something special, or is he coming into the UFC a little early? We'll get into some UFC stories, so hang in there. We'll be right back after a quick break. And thank you once again to Pete Rodriguez for coming on the show. It was fun talking to him. Okay. All right, stand by. Sponsor time. Actually, you know what? Before we go to sponsors, I just saw this in queue.
Super chat.
Nick Gerlover.
A fight card has no names, but it will be a banger.
Thank you.
Cause I'm a CBDX.com boy. We sell legal, Delta ATHC weed. It will get you very stoned. We sell gummies, yeah. Buzz-based oil in a cell, and they post on Twitter. Oh yeah, hey, on CBDX.com. You better get with them. You're gonna get real high. You're gonna get that tree. You're gonna get real down loud from the island boys. You're gonna get all down. And so from the ground, you be smoking bud, you be smoking trees. We a different breed. You smoking green and purple, and then you could hurt, yeah. You better get with CBDX.com, cause we some CBDX.com boy. You better tap in on the website, Island Boys, right now.
So good. So good.
When it comes to underwear, there's nothing more important than comfort. Why empty your pockets for generic underwear that loses comfort, quality, and style when you can slip into a pair of Sheath and get even more out of your daily wear? With Sheath underwear, you can treat your jewels like royalty as they are given their own private sanctum, keeping them secure and you in a state of bliss. Get 20% off Sheath now using promo code MMA-Holes. That's MMA-HOLES with the link in the description below.
And for the ladies?
Absolutely! Sheath isn't just for men. Ladies can now experience Sheath's style, comfort, and functionality too. Sheath for women is crafted using a signature modal elastane fabric blend for form-fitting breathability that will not affect the natural pH environment or the microclimate of the skin while producing that long-lasting, unimpeded comfort. Use promo code MMA-Holes, MMA-HOLES for 20% off at sheathunderwear.com.
UndisputedBelts.com. Let's get back into the program. If you're just jumping in, Pete Rodriguez stopped by the show. He was absolutely wonderful. He is fighting Mr. Mike Jackson October 15th. The future of the UFC happened last night as a man named Raul Rosas gets a win on the Contender Series. It was beautiful to watch, but to the people that didn't watch, shame. Shame on you. How dare you not know? But to the people that did watch, I want to know in the chat, what do you think? Do you think this kid could be the real deal? Raul Rodriguez now stays undefeated at 6-0, 17 years of age, and gets the contract. The youngest UFC fighter to get a contract. Dana didn't even blink. I did watch Aljamain Sterling, and one's in the chat if you've seen this. Aljamain Sterling had a premiere, and he was kind of up and down. He congratulated him at the end, but throughout his commentary, watching the fight, he seemed very salty, and apparently he trained with this kid, and there was some backstory, and he didn't like certain things that he did with filming. I don't know the exact details. I caught the tail end of it, but I don't know. Aljo, I don't know. Did I say Raul Rodriguez? Raul, what's his name? Raul Rosas. Excuse me, Rosas is his name. Raul Rosas Jr. Thank you for the correction. Aljamain was saying some, like, it was really strange watching it. I guess maybe no one's seen this in the chat. He had a premiere today, and it was like his fight companion to the Contender Series. I understand why people don't like Aljo. I get it. Everything that he does on camera is not really what he is in person. Like, in person, he's like a nice guy. It's on camera, he's got this weird, maybe it's just how he delivers things. I don't know what it is, but it just comes across in all the wrong ways. Like, I feel like he doesn't mean to come across how he does, or maybe he does. Maybe that's his shtick. I don't know, but it just, it was funky what he was saying about this kid. And then at the end, he congratulated him. It was a weird thing. I guess I was the only one that's seen that. Anyone in the chat see that? I'm curious. Massive potential, however, I hope he and his team take it slow getting it. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine the UFC is going to take their time with this kid. I mean, 17 years of age is pretty nuts. You know, getting into the UFC, I would imagine they would feed him, the low guys that not many people know about. Fighters don't fake who they are. I think he tries too hard. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I kind of wish, I wish I could play. I wish I could play the video. I don't think he would flag us, but I would love to play it and kind of break it down and be like, "Are you guys getting this?" So weird. Bring Chris Mutino back for him. Bring Chris Mutino back. Chris Mutino is fighting in CES, right? He's back to CES. Aljo got slept by Marlon. That's true. That's true. So I had this weird vibe, man, from it. I was like, damn, Aljo's coming across as like a big hater, and then he circles back around and says, "Hey, good for this kid." And I was like, damn, you just fucking lit this dude up. It was really weird. Anyway, so what do you think? Yes or no? Is Rosas going to be a thing? It's fun. It's fresh in our heads. What we've seen, I mean, the kid, the sky's the limit. Like, he really looks good. Of course, making a little mistakes here and there, but the way he adjusted and I stayed composed during this fight. I mean, how could you not love watching this kid fight? This kid he is fun, man. He really is fun. So Raul Rosas Jr., if you didn't see the Contender Series, well, tune in for his first fight. He says he wants to fight as soon as possible. And I'd love to get this kid on the show, but his DMs are locked up. I can't DM him. He's got to follow us. So Raul, follow us. We'd love to get you on the show and chat. But this is actually pretty interesting. So our good friend, Mr. The Gropes, actually found his permission slip over here. This is at the MMA-Holes on Instagram. And look at this. Here's the field trip permission slip for Mr. Raul Rosas Jr. And it's a field trip permission slip that was sent to him. And it says, our class will be going on a field trip to Dana White's Contender Series. Date September 20th, time 7:30 p.m. Cost of the trip, brain cells. Special notes, be sure to bring your grappling. There you go. Must follow at the MMA-Holes for that content. That's right. That's right. That's right. But did you guys? I'm gonna shift real quick to a friend of the show who was on JRE for the second time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt W., for being a member for 2 months. Thank you, my friend. Double champ, by the way. A double champ member for 2 months. Your belt should be upgraded, correct? Yes, you were an orange belt, baby. He says Rosas Jr. versus the oldest bantamweight for his UFC debut. Let's make it happen. Yeah, let's do that, right? The oldest versus the youngest. Have the largest age gap in UFC history. Let's go, baby. Thank you, Matt, for being a member. Appreciate that. But how about this? You know, Will Harris gets a lot of heat, and our audience gives heat too because of him being biased. But he's completely transparent and open to being biased. I mean, he's in the trenches with these fighters, you know. And I got to be honest with you, when fighters come on the show, I'm biased. I say it straight to the fighter's face. I mean, you come on the show, we're team you. You know, and then if we have both fighters that are fighting each other on the show, then it becomes a problem because I'm super biased. So I am guilty of it as myself being biased in, you know, becoming friendly with some of these athletes and rooting for them. But Will Harris is on JRE again for the second time, and I think he catches unnecessary heat. I really do. The guy's a talented, a documentary dude. You know, he goes around and he catches some really good footage of these athletes behind the scenes with, you know, he's in with the Ali guys, so the Habibs and Kamaru Usman. He just recently did something with Sean O'Malley, and Joe Rogan brought him back to the podcast, and I got to give him credit over here. As he comes on the podcast, yo, my man Will, he's asking he's flipping it on Joe. Flipping it on Rogan. So I had to reach out to him and give him his props. He's coming on the show again. He's going to UFC 280. So after UFC 280, he's going to give his thoughts on his trip. He's traveling over there. He's probably going to be documenting Makhachev. And one of the nicest fucking guys in the business. One of the nicest guys in the business. Pump the brakes on Will Harris if you got this weird hard-on against him. I don't know what the fuck it is. But here's Will Harris kind of giving it to little Joe Rogan here. Check this out.
This is the only question I really want to ask you today.
Okay.
It was a time in your life where you was Joe Rogan, grinding,
yes,
getting to the top, had aspirations to be where you are today. You was news radio Joe.
Right.
You was probably out there on doing comedy sets, enjoying your life, meeting people, dating. But it came a point in your life where you met your wife.
Yes.
And you said, fuck all them other bitches.
Yo, he just starts interviewing Joe. Now, this was a 3-hour interview. Will can talk. Will has stories on top of stories. He's a cocksman. He goes out and he fucking... Dude, this guy, if you've seen his appearance on our show a couple of times, the dude's got crazy stories. This guy travels the world, bangs bitches all over the place. He is the man when it comes to, getting the ladies. So he goes out there on JRE and just hijacks and asks, this is what I want to fucking do. Very jealous, very, very envious of Will right now because I want to be the guy to sit there and completely flip it on Joe and start interviewing him. But Will ask the question about Joe. Like, he could be banging whoever he wants. You know, why did he settle down?
Enjoying your life, meeting people, dating. But it came a point in your life where you met your wife.
Yes.
And you said, fuck all them other bitches.
Yeah.
Tell me, what was I ask every single married man this.
You know, it's funny. So when I gave Will his props on this, we were going back and forth, and then he asked me. he was so fucking smooth with it. He starts asking me basically why I settled down, and the same exact question. So we went back and forth on that, and I thought it was hilarious because Will don't give a fuck. It's not about him hijacking Joe's interview. He's like legit, like this is like a legit question that he wants answered. So he goes to the fucking Oprah Winfrey of podcasts, the fucking guy. He goes to the top tier and he asks the question.
Because I'm trying to figure that out for myself. What about your wife that you said, I don't need to entertain anybody else?
I was like, no, he did. Did he just fucking ask that? Did Will Harris just fucking ask that?
Well, she's really nice. And
here comes Joe. Well, she's really nice. She's got a great ass and titties.
She's smart and she's disciplined and she's just a real good person. She's very sweet to people. She's kind. She doesn't have any evil in her. You know, that's important because, you know, you date girls that you get a kick out of the evil that they have in them. It's fun, right? Mm-hmm. But that evil comes on you sometimes. They get you with that evil.
So there is Joe's response. Now, this is a 3-hour interview. If you notice a lot of Joe Rogan's interviews, maybe, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. 3 hours. Will Harris is on there. He even fucking flips it about Brendan Schaub. And I won't play that. You guys go check out the Spotify. But he even kind of paints Joe in a corner about Brendan Schaub. Yo, the dude slickly was saying, you know, about giving friends advice. He was talking about Joe giving Brendan advice on getting out of the MMA game and saying how you have to surround yourself with people like that. And then he just slowly worms into the comedy thing. And I was like, oh my God, he's going there. Will is going there. So shout out to Will Harris. Anatomy of a Fighter just dropped the Sean O'Malley documentary. Go follow Will and watch that JRE episode. Anyone in the chat listen to the episode? I don't listen to Joe Rogan. I don't. It's just not my thing. Unless he has a guest that I'm interested in. And of course I'm going to listen. I mean, we know Will, so it's like, fuck yeah, let's go. I listened to the whole fucking thing. 3 hours of that shit. In fact, I replayed some parts because I'm like, did he just fucking ask that? I was so proud of Will. But I'm not the biggest JRE guy. Like when it comes to like, no disrespect to Rogan. Listen, the guy's fucking, he's a legend. But it's just like, it's just not my cup of tea. I don't listen to many podcasts at all. But this, all 3 hours. I listened to all 3 hours. Let me know in the chat, did you listen to this podcast? Joe should have a second talk with Schaub. Yeah, I think that's what Will was implying to him. Thanks for the shout out. Hey, what's up, Will? There he is. He says, Mas, you should show them beat your dong meme. Oh, okay, let's show that. The beat your dong. Yes. Check this out over here. At the MMA-Holes on Instagram. When you beat your dong for 4 rounds straight. Come on, let's go. You got to start following us on the IG, baby. You got to follow us on the IG to get more of that content. And shout out to Will. Will Groper. I like calling him Groper. It's Gropper, but he's the Gropes man. You guys have ruined me for other podcasts. Hey, that's very nice. That's actually really nice of you. I tell you what, man. The day we have a crossover where the MMA-Holes crosses over it with Joe Rogan, that would be the most epic adventure of all time because it would be the cringiest motherfucking podcast ever. So just wait. That will happen one day. Unless he's scared. But Joe himself is boring, says Carl. Yeah, I mean, listen, I agree. I think he needs a dance partner. I purposely skipped, but now I want to watch this. Nick Gerlover. Don't listen to Rodin since Spotify deal. Yeah, it's a little tougher, right? Unless you have Spotify. But Spotify's free, right? I think you got to listen to like commercials and shit if you don't have the paid version, I think. Shout out to the Nelk. Steve will do it. Drink Happy Dads and Howler Heads. What? They're freaking out. What the fuck? I never had a Happy Dad or a Howler Head. But I don't like sweet alcohol. And I'm pretty sure both of them are sweet alcohol. So we'll leave that to the girls. It is Joe Rogan's fault for telling Schaub he could become a comedian and should quit fighting. I mean, kind of, but yeah, but you could tell Joe, if you listen to this podcast, you could tell Joe just doesn't want to talk about that stuff. He knows what's up with Schaub. I don't need another app. Just listen to Rogan. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's free. Spotify is free. It does suck though, because like I'm like mooching off my friend's family plan. He had like an extra account. I was like, he's like, do you want it? I'm like, fuck yeah. So we're on V-Nex family plan. So that's the only reason why I have the no commercial version. And I got to be honest with you, it's pretty good because you get every fucking album. If you like music, like I don't have Spotify for Joe. I have Spotify for their playlists and every album. An album drops, you listen to it immediately. Like it's there. There's no such thing as CDs or any of that stuff. I used to go to Napster and Kazam or Shazam, whatever the fuck it was called. So Spotify for music is great. I listen to so many other podcasts. So Derwin, what podcasts do you listen to? Because I listen to zero. Like there's no podcast I listen to. And today I listened to Rogan because of Will. Have YouTube advanced? So you have like what, the premium YouTube? V-Neck is my Eskimo brother. I Can't Stand Fear Factor Boy, Napster. Yeah, Napster, LimeWire, you know. Spotify was good way before Rogan was there. LimeWire. It seems like you guys aren't big Rogan fans. And I don't listen to it. Which sponsor of you guys have good tank tops, the MMA-Holes? Well, first off, our sponsor, Head Rush. You got to give a shout out to Head Rush over here. Come on, baby. They got really nice tank tops over there. That's the premium stuff. So Head Rush, the 20% off code is MMA-HOLES. Click the link in the description. They actually have great shorts, swimsuits, tank tops, hoodies. Their hats are really nice too. They got some nice stuff. And also the MMAHoles.com. You could hit our tank tops as well. So shout out to that. Let's see. 0 from me. Sometimes Ariel. I stopped. So Ariel, the only time, if it's a guest where I know I could plug news from, if it wasn't for this show, I wouldn't listen to a lick of Ariel. I am done. I did see this. All right, I'll give him this one. I will give Ariel this. I did see on Instagram where Paulo Costa went over there and was shaving the head, that little segment that they had. And once I saw that happen, I was like, okay, let me run to the Ariel stream and check that out. And I rewound it and saw that. That was good. Paulo Costa is becoming very likable. Believe You Me podcast can't do it. Anakin Florian can't do it. MMA Takes, ETC. So everything you're listening to. Okay. I can't listen to. And I tried Anakin Florian, and I don't know. Maybe I'm jealous because my head's big too, and Kenny Florian's got a massive head, and I maybe it's I don't know. Kenny Florian's a very knowledgeable guy, but there's something about him I can't stand. Not like I hate Kenny Florian, but it's just I don't care what he has to say. Did you watch Anderson Silva today? No. I didn't watch any of Ariel today, so if anything was good, let me know. I was so long and boring. It was so long and boring. That's because, my English is not so good, but I like Ariel. He got big nose, and he's a good guy, and I fight Jake Paul, and, I train my son, and maybe I'll take dive and fight with Jake Paul. We took picture, and Chael Sonnen was there. Sound a little Chinese, but you get the point. Joe Rogan should interview the 17-year-old. There's a lot there we not getting. I want to interview that kid. I mean, what the fuck? How the hell did he get a UFC contract at 17? Chael's podcast is cool. Chael's podcast. Wait, what is Chael's podcast? Or you mean his little snippets on YouTube, or does he actually have a podcast? I zone out and listen at work. I don't watch normally. Hey, come to my barbecue. Joe Rogan looks absolutely ridiculous on his first UFC video games. He is good, man. That kid is good. Who the hell wants to talk to a 17-year-old? How far could they go? How long would the interview? Dude, I have 4 million questions for this kid. This kid's 17 years old. Think about this. What were you doing at 17? Look at the glove touch, for instance, right? Look at the glove touch. That is a 17-year-old. That is trying to be an adult, right? But he's still a 17-year-old. You see him, you're like, oh, that's a 17-year-old. This kid is a man. This kid legit just turned into a man. It's bizarre. It's fucking wild. I want to say, don't you want a childhood? What the fuck is going on here? Chasing girls, or what's happening? It's fucking wild. Between the links on Thursdays, MMA fighting. Between the links. Okay, is it with that fucking Mike Heck and his Nudniks? Is that what you're talking about with that guy, the Chinese guy, Mike Heck, and who's the other guy? There's another guy with a beard. Is that what we're talking about? Sometimes they got that crazy guy that's banging Esther Lynn. Is that what we're talking about? It's Bullvert. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's like the fucking dork table. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what MMA fighting's doing, where they're finding these journalists, but it looks like the dork table. Like, you're at the cafeteria at high school, and you got the tables. You got the cool table. You got the jock table. You got the eccentric table, and you got the fucking dork table. Like, everything on MMA fighting is just the dork table is hanging out. Yes, they got millions of subscribers. It's Fox. MMA fighting, there's not one fucking cool person on MMA fighting. It's like, what the fuck? Happy birthday, Uncle Mikey. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Like I said, it helps me zone out and forget. At least they're talking about, we need, so I got to fucking start doing this on this channel. We need other creators to have multiple programs throughout the day. I feel like we should just corner the market because we do these night shows with 3 nights a week and sometimes 4 because of the Contender Series. But we need to have other talent on this channel with their podcast, giving their takes on the MMA world. And I feel like it's in the near future we're going to do this because it's got to be fucking good. It's just the same knuckleheads on a fucking Zoom call or whatever they're using, usually StreamYard, right? And they're just like dorks talking. Like, what the fuck? Grow some balls! Grow some balls! Happy birthday to my dead hamster. It's been 4 years, but I'm making a cake for you right now. I can do a better job, Moss. Get me in there. Dirtworm, you wanna all right, send me, what's your YouTube channel? Is it just Dirtworm? What is your channel? I'll look for it right now. Let me see, you got any content over there? You guys are out of large tank tops, also head rush as well. I'm down bad right now. I need a tank top too. You see the tank top I was wearing last night? We're down, wait, we don't have fucking large tank tops? Come on. Hold on, let me check this out. Is that true? Was there a large tank top shortage? Let's see. Let's see. That'd be ridiculous. All right, so go to the MMA-Holes.com, the merch store. Okay, let's see. We got wonderful, wonderful tanks. We got, what else? What other tanks we got over here? We got the MMA. Let's just look at the regular MMA. What the fuck? Oh, come on. We're out of large? Was there a fucking tank shortage? Oh my God. What is going on? I can't wait to in-house do this shit and not have to rely on a third party. All right, the wonderful, wonderful tanks are available. So those are the wonderful, wonderful tanks are available. Let's see what else we got here. The hell? I don't know if we made established tanks. Let's see. No, we didn't make established yet. If you guys want established tanks, maybe I will make them. But the regular logo ones are out. Oh, what the fuck? So yeah, you can only get the wonderful wonderful. Get the wonderful wonderful. Don't have MMA content. I've been thinking about it for a while. I have some tool shorts and old gaming vids. Okay, where are you? I'm gonna look for your channel right now. Dirtworm. Let's see. Let's see if Dirtworm. What do you guys think? Should Dirtworm have a show on this channel? I'm dead serious, man. I want the MMA Holes YouTube channel 3 shows a day. Like, I want to do it like a radio station. I want to have it where you have like the morning show, the afternoon show, the drive time show, whatever, and the night show. Like, I want to do that so fucking bad. Just have every day or 3 days a week where we just belt out content, different perspectives. I think that'd be fucking cool. All right, Dirtworm, let's look. Channel. It's probably a million Dirtworms. Let's see, Dirtworm. What the fuck? Worms coming out of animals. Oh my God, just Google Dirtworm. Put on yeah, good luck finding that channel. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. It's just a bunch of worm channels. Dirtworm. Yeah, not a very easy channel to find. Let's see. I'll send you a pilot episode. Okay, listen, if you guys want to create content, I'm down with it. Jess, what do you think? 3 shows a week?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just going to explain it to you. Okay, I'll let Jessie sit down. She was jumping into the room. I'll wait for her to get on mic. All right, Isaac, we're really sorry about your hamster. Get him to comment on our post and click his name. Yeah, I guess we could do that too. Or just drop it in our... Okay, did you hear any of Pete's? Hold on, let me put you in frame.
I haven't heard anything.
Pete was good. So Pete sort of agreed to saying shout out to the Snow Roaches, the MMA-Holes. We got to get him to do it.
Okay.
He sort of agreed. Oh, we got to clip that. That's what we got to clip. I demand to be a radio host. This is Two Joints. Here's the thing. Let me just say this. If we're going to showcase other talent on this channel, they have to be consistent. Like, they got to be like really serious about it. We can't have like Joe Schmo. We can't have Two Joints be like, yeah, I'll do it this day, and then not show up. Like that would be bad. I see the show will be called MMA Around the World. D-Rest content. Oh my God. Should we give D-Rest a show where he threatens to murder the entire chat? What do you think?
If you want.
The D-Rest.
What show?
I'll kill everybody. So I was asking people, like, what do they listen to, what are the podcasts, this and that. And a lot of people listen to these terrible shows, you know. Like MMA Fighting's got a bunch of dorks, you know. Not as cool as us over here. But I said on the MMA-Holes channel, I feel we should have other personalities, like a morning show, an afternoon show, a night show, multiple times a week, you know. I think it's a good idea. So all your content is on one YouTube channel. That's it. You don't have to fucking bounce around. Hey, my morning show, you know?
Got it, yep.
It's like, you know, it's like radio. Let's see. Oh, you put it in the Discord? The link works. Let's check it out. Dirtworm. Oh, wait, it's Twitter. Where is... Oh, here we go. Dirtworm. But I can't click on it here. Hold on. Let me go back. I'll lose the chat. Dirtworm. Okay, Dirtworm. We might give Dirtworm a show. Would you want to give the Dirtworm hour?
Are these people who have content already, or are you just randomly selecting
He's
individuals?
a member, so he gets bumped up. You know, maybe we'll see. We have a content creator. He's a member, whoa, easy. We have a content creator package on our memberships. A little steep in the price, but if you want to be mentored. And
he doesn't even do MMA content.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yes,
he
it
plays
does.
games.
That makes all the difference.
No, he might have a good personality. Let's see. Dirtworm. Okay, here's him. Here's a power drill. Okay. Jess, what do you think? An hour of this.
I want to see what happens.
All right, here. This is pretty entertaining.
I wonder what's gonna happen.
Is it gonna go all the way through? Like, we got 41 seconds to see if this is some sort. What is that? Is that metal? What is that going through? That's a good saw. Oh, it's getting there. It's getting there, Jesse. It's almost there. I tell you what, I need a saw like that. Come on, do it! Come on, Dirtworm. Put a little elbow grease in that.
Would this cut through like a throw rug?
A neck? Would this cut through a neck?
Would this cut through a rolled up throw rug?
It's almost there. Come on, cut the pipe. Yes! Did I just watch a pipe circumcision? Is that what I just watched? Come on, baby! He did it! He was using one hand. Impressive. Would that cut through a thigh?
Is this another snot rag, Moss?
It's not a snot rag.
What is it?
I don't know.
Why
I don't know
do
what it
I
is.
keep finding little wadded up paper towels?
I don't know. It's jizz. It's a jizz rag.
No, it looks like you blew your nose and crunched it up and threw it on the table.
Oh shit! I lost the channel. I clicked on the wrong thing. Where's that Dirtworm channel? Dirtworm. Here we go. Okay, what else does he have over here? Oh, he does long streams. Should we subscribe? Oh, it's 4 years ago? No, he doesn't do anything. Or here we go. He's shorts. Is there anything with you talking? so we can have an idea what kind of show. It's a lot of hand stuff. What, 22K views?
It's a
Very
hand
nice.
model.
It's got nice hands. All right, what am I doing? I'm so fucking distracted. So our wonderful, wonderful tank tops aren't sold out, Jesse, but our large, regular MMA-Hole logos. Okay. We got to find out what's going on. All right. What were we talking about? Anyway, yeah, so Pete Rodriguez is going to say, shout out to my snow roaches after he beats Mike Jackson.
No,
Very
he's
nice
not.
guy. Yeah, he is.
All fighters we talk to say they're going to do things and then they don't do it.
He said he would.
I don't believe it. I won't believe it until it happens.
You don't think Pete would get on the mic and say, shout out to my snow roaches?
I think he would, but I think he's going to forget. Just like all fighters forget in the moment. They always forget.
Pete, we're relying on you. We need you to say, shout out to my snow roaches, the MMA holes, after you knock Mike Jackson's head clean off his neck. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Pete. Pull it together. All right, so you didn't see Raul Rosas the future, so I can't ask you about that, but I could ask you about Conor Floyd in 2023. Floyd Mayweather says it will happen.
Is it going to happen?
I mean, did I say 3? 2. Conor Floyd 2 in 2023. If I didn't say it right.
Is there any like promoters or anything out there saying this is going to happen, or are you just going off of the word
Floyd Mayweather himself. I heard it from the goat's mouth. Floyd Mayweather went on TMZ, and he said that he's doing these exhibition fights, Deji, and then this one Saturday that we'll be reacting to. Tune into the MMA Hole, subscribe to the channel. But in 2023, it sounds like he's putting his record back on the line against Conor. It sounds like this is a pro fight. This is not Logan Paul exhibition.
Sounds like he's willing to, but nothing has been confirmed.
Record on the line. Does that change it for you guys in the chat? Listen, I don't want to see Conor fight Floyd. I don't. I think that ship has sailed. You know, it literally destroyed Conor's career. You know, but it made him a multi-gazillionaire, so that's good. But would it mean anything if it was not an exhibition and Floyd's undefeated record was on the line? No?
Nah.
Okay.
But I would still watch.
Okay, what do you say in the chat? Would you be pumped up for that?
Nope, I lost all respect for Floyd a few years ago, says Lil Seal. That poster is very upsetting. What poster? Moss, you have a poster in the TJW room?
Yeah, it's Floyd versus some guy Risen.
Oh.
Or Ryzen.
Why is that? Oh, and there's no UFC this week.
It's happening Saturday night. We're going to react, and I'm going to get high as fuck. Yeah. There's nothing else to do.
What time is that? We could have had a family day. What time is this?
I'd rather get high.
Yeah, I know you would.
I'd rather get high with the MMA holes. Right? What would you do if my head, I look like Chris D'Elia right now. What would you do if my face was stuck like this?
I hope it does.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Kanoto.
If Jackson gets knocked out, it'll trigger an avalanche of master memes. Oops, poor choice of words. We will enter meme Valhalla. I can almost taste it. Floyd and Conor just want to cash in on low IQ Just Bleed fans. Fuck that
much.
fight.
Pretty much. Thank you, Kainoto. I tell you what, if Mike Jackson, when Mike Jackson loses October 15th against our new friend, Pete Rodriguez, we're going to have we're not even going to pay attention to the rest of the card. It's just going to be a celebration. I'm really rooting for Pete Rodriguez. I don't know if you heard his story. So if you're just jumping in, you missed the interview. Pete Rodriguez came on the show. Run it back. Let me know what you think. But Cliff Notes over here. Pete Rodriguez had 4, here, listen to this, Jesse. 4 professional fights, okay? 4 professional fights, all first-round finishes, okay? You with me?
Mm-hmm.
And then after those 4 fights, he gets a call for the UFC on a week's notice to fight at UFC 270 in Ngannou versus Gane to fight Jack Della Maddalena.
Mm-hmm.
Savage.
Tough fight, yeah.
So he takes the loss, gets knocked out in the first round, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now he has a redemption fight, a full camp against this jerk-off, Mike Jackson. Jerk-off Mike. Jerk-off Jackson. A redemption fight over here. If Pete gets this win, which he will, if he can get the win against this fucking black power tattooed asshole, I mean, We're talking redemption. We're talking the good guy gets it done. We're talking about the end of racism, Jesse.
Yeah, is that what it means?
He could end racism with this fight. Pete Rodriguez can end racism if he defeats Mike Jackson. It can happen. Everything will just... You know when you killed like the lead vampire? Or if you kill the lead White Walker and then they all crumble? Like everything crumbles, right?
Yeah.
Like if you kill the head vampire, everything that vampire bit, well,
right. No, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Psh. Pete Rodriguez takes care of Mike Jackson. Psh, racism. The end of racism, October 15th. Do you feel me, chat? Do you feel me? Let's go! The end of racism! That's right. We are all fired up right now. Do you feel me? Pete Rodriguez can end racism October 15th. And the snow roaches will ride. What do you think?
I like it, Moss.
A card that's headlined by Alexa Grasso and Vivian Arajo, your favorite, a female main event, will be saved by Pete Rodriguez. Look at that. And you wouldn't have this storyline unless you were watching the MMA-Holes live. So make sure you subscribe, you hit the like button, hit the notification bell. Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful.
While I was in class, did you share Mike Jackson's modified tattoo with the audience?
Oh, shit. You know what? No, that was hilarious. Hold on, let me find it.
Modified tattoo?
Yeah, so you know he has a Black Power tattoo, right? You've seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice tattoo that Mike Jackson rocks. So that's wrong. He doesn't, in fact, like this is actually wrong, Jesse. He does not have a Black Power tattoo. So this picture on Tapology is completely wrong. Check this out. Okay, you looking at this?
Mm-hmm.
What do you see there on Mike Jackson?
The Black Power tattoo.
You see Black Power, right? That's what you think. It's an illusion. But that's Photoshop, Jesse. His real tattoo on his chest is, in fact, you ready for this? You ready? This.
Oh my goodness, guys.
It actually says, let's get a little closer over here. It says cock lover. What do you think about that? It really says cock lover, Jesse. What do you think, huh? It doesn't say Black Power.
I can't say I'm surprised with it coming from you guys.
No, it says cock lover. I mean, we have investigators over here. It's not Black Power. It's cock lover. See?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. I'm just here delivering the facts. This is fake. That's real. Thank you. You like that?
Oh, my children.
All right, let's look over here. Now I'm gonna go back to MMA Island. We have not jumped over to MMA Island in a while. They throw their news together, and we just just read their news because I'm too lazy to put Twitter things on there. What did you think about Will Harris? About him? Did you see him calling out Joe Rogan? Did you see it?
No, I heard you say before the show that he had really hit him over the head with some questions, but You didn't really tell me. You didn't go into detail.
Look at our conversation in the DMs that I had with Will. I actually said something nice.
Is it long?
I said something nice about you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
Just doesn't think I'm a nice human being, but
Well, to me. To
if you
everyone
read
else,
the DMs, you're like, oh my God, he's a very loving.
Is this a long conversation I'm gonna have to read, or?
No.
All right, how far back am I going?
No,
Right here.
just today's conversation. Don't read it out loud, please. It's personal.
Oh, nice. Nice conversation, Moss.
Thank you. Anyway, this is what he said to Joe Rogan. I'll play it for you since you came in late to the program. So Will Harris flipping it on Joe. I played this earlier. If you're just jumping in, you get to see it for the first time. If you have been watching the show, I apologize. You have to sit through it one more time.
This is the only question I really want to ask you today.
Okay.
It was a time in your life where you was Joe Rogan, grinding, getting to the top.
He sounds like Obama, right?
He looks different. He doesn't look like he looks.
He's a little Just for Men. I got to ask him next time he comes on. Definitely
Yeah.
Just for Men. No
Last
doubt
time we
about it.
talked to him, he looked nothing like this.
He's got to keep the beard though well kept and very
Oh, maybe
dark.
he didn't have a beard last time we talked to him.
Plus, you got to put the Just for Men in right
Was he
before.
shaven? Last time we talked to him, he had no beard on. That's probably what
I
it
don't know,
is.
maybe.
Yeah, I don't think he had a beard.
Had aspirations to be where you are today. He was news radio Joe.
Right.
You was probably out there on doing comedy sets, enjoying your life, meeting people, dating. But it came a point in your life where you met your wife.
Yes.
And you said, fuck all them other bitches.
Could you believe he asked that to Joe?
I think it's a pretty valid question to ask anybody.
But Joe Rogan,
Joe is
the
no
golden
different
calf,
than anybody else.
the guy that
Still a
has
human
been
being.
accused of like running around and stuff
well,
like that.
when he was in relationships, not when he was married.
Yeah, Will Harris went there. I'm jealous because I wanted to be the guy to do that, and Will just fucking took the ball and dunked it on Joe.
Yeah.
Tell me what was your... I ask every single married man this because I'm trying to figure that out for myself. What about your wife that you said, I don't need to entertain anybody else?
What do you think Joe's going to say?
Dicey.
Yeah, right, huh? How about Will? He's going in hard.
Oh God.
Now,
I feel like you ask any man this question and they're gonna dance on their toes to answer it. They're not
Joe
gonna...
Rogan, you know what he says, right? He says, my wife has beautiful tits. She has a great ass. And her pussy is so wet and soft. That's actually exactly what he says, Jesse. No?
Well, she's really nice, and she's smart, and she's disciplined.
What do you think? That's it.
Yikes.
What? She's nice, smart, and disciplined.
She's
What?
really, you start with she's really nice.
That's all he says.
Which means there's no other...
She's got a great personality.
There's no other validating traits that she might have better
she's
than
400
just
pounds.
being nice. Anybody can be nice.
Isn't that what you say about an ugly chick, right?
Well, she's
like,
nice.
Yeah, like
She's
when
got a
you
good
meet a chick that's
personality.
ugly, that's what you say. That's kind of an insult, Joe, right? When you meet an ugly chick, you're like, well, she's got a great personality. She's nice. She's sweet. But how does she look? She's really nice.
Well, she's really nice.
You know, isn't that usually how you describe like an obese woman? That you're just trying to be polite, right? Hey, how'd the date go? Oh, it went pretty good, you know? How'd she look? Well, I mean...
She's really nice. And she's smart, and she's disciplined.
Yeah, but
So
Joe,
smart
how
and
does she look?
disciplined are fair. That's a nice. Okay, so
Yeah.
so smart and disciplined are good.
We're totally
But
twisting
to
this.
start it off with, she's really nice is kind of. I don't know. Like, it's not a bad thing to say. At least he's being nice about it. But it's just like, I mean, everybody can be nice, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
she's really
like
nice.
You started off with, oh, she's nice. I don't know.
Shouldn't you start off with she's
It just
beautiful?
doesn't feel thoughtful.
Yeah.
Well, no, because there's a million beautiful women out there.
Nah, but you gotta
have
say...
to point out something that she has that other women don't have.
She's
Something that you
beautiful.
see in her that other
No.
women don't have. That's
she
what Will
is
is
the
asking.
woman that maybe... Here, this is what I would say about you, Jesse.
No, I don't
well,
want to hear. I don't want to hear it.
this is
I don't
what I
want
would
to hear
say.
what you would say. I don't want to hear what you say.
Well,
Move on. I don't
here
want
we
to
go.
hear
This is what I would say. I'd
Please
be
don't.
like, well...
Please don't. Don't
you
ruin our
know,
relationship.
I would be like this, Jesse. If Will would have
You
asked me
ruined
this
us.
question on air, this is what I would say. Hold on, ask me.
No, I don't want to ask you.
No,
because
no,
I don't
don't
want
talk to
to
me. I'm talking to Will.
Had aspirations to be where you are today. He was News Radio Joe.
Right. Chris, okay.
You was probably out there on doing comedy sets, enjoying your life,
Yeah, that's true.
meeting people, dating. But it came a point in your life where you met your wife.
Yes.
And you said, fuck all them other bitches.
Oh, well, let me tell you something, Will. When I saw my wife, I never wanted to look at another woman again. The stunningness of her beauty just blew me away. I seen something I've never thought I would ever see with my own eyes. It was like seeing a mythical creature just walk in front of me and just dazzle me and possess me with love. Seeing her, I just would never look at another woman again. In fact, I think that she is indeed the most beautiful human being in the world. By the way, she's got a good personality too. Right? You start off with the looks and how dazzling and beautiful.
Sounds like a Moss answer.
Right?
Yeah. Tell me what was your, I ask every single married man this because I'm trying to figure that out for myself. What about your wife that you said, I don't need to entertain anybody else?
Well, she's really nice.
She's really nice.
She's smart and she's disciplined and she's just a real good person. She's very sweet to people. She's kind. She doesn't have any evil in her. You know, that's important because...
Yeah. Jess, you have a lot of evil in you.
I do.
But you know what, though?
I'm no match for Joe Rogan's wife.
You could kick Joe Rogan's wife's ass. Joe Rogan's wife sounds like... You know what she sounds like? She sounds like someone that just yeses everything he says. That's exactly... Like, he's describing someone that just rolls with the punches. So he's basically saying, I needed somebody...
Like every woman, though, has a little evil in them.
Listen to this. He's such a liar. Because you know she's got to be like, pick up your shoes, Joe! Your daughter needs to spend time with you, Joe!
Smart and she's disciplined and she's just a real good person. She's very sweet to people. She's kind. She doesn't have any evil in her. You know, that
she lets me hang out with Brendan Schaub.
That's important because, you know, you date girls that you get a kick out of the evil that they have in them. It's fun, right? Mm-hmm. But that evil comes on you sometimes.
So his wife, her evil doesn't come on him. When he says comes on you, though, like comes on him, like evil, like their evil comes on you? That sounds kind of gay. What do you guys think of Joe's response? What do you think, Jess?
I think he's trying to be sweet and he's trying to like make her seem like she's a one of a kind. So he's succeeding in a way. It's just the way he started it was weird. But who am I to judge? I mean, you can't go based off of 2 seconds you see on a podcast of someone else's relationship, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many times have we seen in our chat people make assumptions about our relationship, but they have no clue?
You know, you date girls that
you
get a kick out of the evil that they have in them. It's fun, right? Mm-hmm. But that evil comes on you sometimes. Right? Mm-hmm. But that evil comes on you sometimes.
You know, I don't like when evil comes on you. I don't like it. He's got a good point. Sometimes it does come on you. You know?
Thank you.
Tom Joe has been a member for 2 months in a row. Let's go, Tom Joe! He has something to say with that, too. What does he say, Tom Joe?
He said 4 Stories Dublin is a good channel. Professional lads from Game of Thrones and Vikings.
What do you think?
I don't know what 4 Stories Dublin is a good channel.
4 Stories Dublin. Okay.
Is a good channel.
Yeah.
Professional lads from Game of Thrones and Vikings.
4 Stories Dublin. So that's a good YouTube channel. Let's check him out. 4 Stories Dublin. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he's a sexy member.
Thank you.
Daddy Big Dick has become a member. Let's go, Daddy Big Dick. All right, 4 Stories Dublin. So many YouTube channels out there. So much content. 4 Stories Dublin. Never heard of that.
It's probably porn.
4 Stories Dublin. Let's see.
I don't think that's...
Is that even a channel?
Probably not, Moss.
Yeah, I don't know where that is. 4 Stories Dublin channel. Yeah. This is like finding another needle in a haystack.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know. But thank you. Thank you for being a member. Appreciate that. All right, so shout out to Will. I think Will did a great job. 3 hours, and I actually listened to the whole fucking thing. So shout out to Will. We got a member a member dropping a super chat it's a super sticker, Jesse. It's a very angry emoji. What do you think from that emoji?
That's how I feel every day.
Let's see if I can see it in here.
I love it.
It's very angry, this emoji. By the way, he looks like Blue Couture looks like Jesse from Prank First Prank. What the hell's his name?
Oh, super chat.
Thank you for the 99 and the evil super chat sticker. Appreciate that. Let's go, baby. Thank you to the donators out there keeping us alive. I appreciate the donators. Seriously, thank you so much. Even if it's 99 cents, I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so now we know Cock Lover is the tattoo on Mike Jackson's chest. So we got that out of the way. He will be fighting our friend Pete Rodriguez going down October 15th. We also know that Will Harris can ask the hard-hitting questions to Joe Rogan, so that's pretty cool. Let's see if there's anything on here.
That's the only hard-hitting question he asked?
No, well, he actually dabbled into the SCHAUB thing, too.
What SCHAUB thing?
What do you mean, what SCHAUB thing?
No, like what? I know.
Good friends giving advice.
About SCHAUB being fake?
No, giving it. Well, yeah, they discussed that, and Joe actually said that SCHAUB's completely wrong about the conspiracy stuff. He did mention that. And Joe, he basically was talking about friends giving advice if someone sucks at something, and then leading into the stand-up comedy stuff. Yeah,
then
he started with the fighting and then went into comedy. Now Joe dodged that whole thing, but Will asked it. Will went there. So I mean, much credit to Will Harris. You know, that asking those questions tops everything he's ever done in his career. He peaked right there. Beautiful stuff. And I mean, listen, great job by Will. Let's see. Sean Strickland gives his thoughts on MMA Island. Why do they? Oh, did MMA Island? Did they stop posting? Oh wait. Oh, these are pinned. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what the fuck? We were definitely talking to him. All right. So Scott Coker talking to Nate Diaz.
Yeah, that's been talked about for a while now, though. That's been in the works for years. Him going to Bellator and all that stupid shit. But every time it comes up in the headline, like nothing.
Yeah,
nothing
but
comes of it.
now he's a free agent. So I mean,
I don't think anything's gonna happen.
Do you think Bellator? I mean, no. I feel like boxing, like Nate.
Yeah, I don't see Bellator being a thing for him right now.
Let me throw this out there. Bellator has kind of looked past some of these guys, and they've gone to bare knuckle and PFL and this and that. Bellator hasn't been opening up the wallets, but maybe it's because they've been waiting for a Nate Diaz to jump out there. Maybe.
I'm telling you right now, nothing they can offer Nate Diaz right now would be enough for him to stay. He wants boxing. You can tell. He wants something fresh. He doesn't want the same shit over and over again.
Okay, what do you think? Also, someone else that's jumping out there, PFL drops this. Now, I don't know if it's pertaining to Nate. I mean, you got Eddie Alvarez, who's not with ONE FC anymore, but this could be because of Nate Diaz as well. PFL, what do you think? PFL with Nate Diaz?
I kind of like it, but I don't think he's going to go there either. Like I said, I think he's done with MMA for a little bit.
Okay. McGregor Diaz, the True Fight and okay, I mean, True Fight Inc. debut 2023 under Nate's promotion. I don't think McGregor would fight Nate under Nate's promotion. I just don't think they would have the cash to put that together. I don't think that would happen unless they co-promoted. Like, didn't McGregor? Oh, that was with Proper 12. Unless they somehow co-promoted and then had someone else involved, maybe. I think Nate versus Conor fighting again is a real thing, and I also think Floyd Mayweather fighting Conor, but in boxing, it's sad. It's fucking sad, but I think both of them are going to be boxing. In fact, I don't know. Like, Conor says he's coming back to the UFC, and I think he's still technically under contract, but I hope it happens. I really do. I hope we see him fight again. Do you think Conor ever fights in the UFC again?
Yes.
Yeah, because I think he has to. He's under
I
contract.
We're going to see a couple more fights from him in the UFC.
Okay. And all right, so Nate Conor 3, is that happening?
No.
That's not happening.
No. Not in my opinion, no.
I think that 100% happens.
Nope. I think Nate is done with the UFC for a little bit.
Okay. Conor versus Floyd 2.
That has nothing to do with the UFC.
No, is that happening?
I don't fucking know. This is the first I've ever heard of that. I can't make an opinion on that right now.
Okay. Here's the thing with Conor versus Floyd. If you go to here, highest pay-per-view. If you go to highest pay-per-view buys, you go to the trusty Tapology. The ship has sailed with Mayweather versus Pacquiao. I mean, maybe not, but the money thing has sailed.
7 years ago.
And you look at Mayweather McGregor. Look at this, 4,300,000 buys. Dude, that is fucking wild. That is wild. So you know they're doing this shit again. You know it. Conor became a Lamborghini yacht owner because of this situation the first time. You think he's not gonna? I mean, he's in movies and shit like that. You know they're gonna just. I mean, it's just absurd money to be made. You know that shit's gonna happen. Now I don't know if it's gonna hit the same numbers because it happened once before, and you can't wait too long to have shit like this happen because look at the pay-per-view buys for Canelo versus Triple G. I want to see if this shocks you. Put it on the community section over here. According to sources, $550,000 to $575,000 for Triple G versus Canelo Alvarez. Now, like a lot of people know this, and Dana said this as well. You do this fight a bunch of years ago, 4 years ago. It's a whole different story. But you wait this long, you're not going to get the big pay-per-views. That's alarmingly low for a fight of this caliber when you have these two names.
Yeah.
This is boxing. It's crazy. I see A1 saying boxing is dying. I'm telling you right now, I've said this before. I do feel that UFC is going to just completely fire past not only with the buys, but I also think that the fighter pay is going to get crazy. 5-10 years, UFC fighters going to be making some sick money. But right now, I mean, it's weird seeing this. It really is weird seeing this. Also, you do have to say, not just boxing versus MMA, the pay-per-view whole shtick, it's so easy to get these fights. It takes 2 seconds to get these fights. The easiest thing to do. So, I mean, people are finding other options in consuming this content and not having to pay. I think it's becoming a big factor as well. So, what do you guys think of the chat? We had this in our community section. And Jess, what do you think? Are you shocked?
No, not really. I think and I'm kind of going to dabble back into the Conor Mayweather 3 thing. Or is it 2, you said?
2.
I think they would do better.
Than this? Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
And I think they would do better than they did the first time around.
They're going to do, I mean, they're definitely doing over $1 million. The question is, are we doing 2? Are we doing 3 million? I mean, they did 4,300,000 the first time. So, I mean, they're definitely going to do better than this. Now, they might not hit the 4,300,000, but what are we looking at with those numbers? I mean, you got Conor in movies now. Floyd's still Floyd, I mean, is it a fun fight to watch? No, not really.
It's going to be so fucking boring.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, listen, of course I'm going to watch.
Yeah, I think everyone will. That's why I think they will do better, but
it's just, I mean, it's just not necessary in any way. It's the most unnecessary thing to happen. That rematch doesn't need to happen. But let's see what the chat says.
Michael O'Brien says Conor posted after that news broke today saying he's not interested.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did he?
We know what Conor's doing. Doing.
Oh, like making it seem like he's not interested, only to hit everyone over the head with.
Yeah, I saw he posted also the picture of him cracking Mayweather. Let's see. Is it on Twitter or Instagram? Let's see. I'm going to pull it up right now. By the way, in case you didn't know, Potato Nose is over here. He just puts on this tweet, action star. It's a fucking mess. It's such a mess. You look at this picture, not the most flattering of pictures, right? Conor McGregor with the popped collar on the set in the car. I don't know where the fuck he is. And he just does a selfie, very unflattering, saying action star. Why do you think he's doing this, Jess?
Get people to talk about him like we're doing right now.
Yep.
He doesn't give a shit.
He is doing this. He is looking in the eyes of the haters. He is doing this to piss people off. And I know this picture is probably driving a lot of people insane. And I fucking love it. Okay, let's see. He did... Where's the post? Is it on his Instagram? The Notorious. Oh, here it is. Yeah. He liked it so much he posted it twice. Here you go. Hashtag not interested. Okay. And then he posted this.
The cream catalog.
Now, what does it say, Jess?
The cream catalog.
No, but look at the addition he made to the pictures.
Oh, he tagged the Mac Life, Proper Whiskey, McGregor Sports Entertainment, Claymore Productions, Paradigm Sports.
These aren't tags. These are over Floyd, so it's almost like, I don't know, he's just
there's
over.
you know, like when you tag someone on Instagram and then you hover over the picture, that's what shows up on who you tagged. So he intentionally tagged people over Floyd's body.
Okay, but you can't click on it or anything like that.
Yeah, if you clicked on them, it would take you to their accounts.
No, you can't.
No, not you, him as the tagger. If he were to do it.
Now, I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
but
he screenshotted. All right, forget it. It doesn't matter.
Oh, he screenshotted it. Yes.
He screenshotted him. Tagging all of those. Yes.
So there you go. There's his 2 posts in response to Floyd over here. So that's his. You know what's going on here. Just setting it up. And okay, we got a new post of nonsense.
Abdominal muscles getting nice and serrated. Right on cue.
What the fuck is going on? What is going on with this dude, man? Steroids! Steroids! Look at the back! Look at me back!
Oh, there are pimples, Moss.
Oh, the pimples on the back. Oh, my God. Look at me back. Look, I got some pimples on me back. It's from the juice I'm putting in me abs. There you go. Okay.
Wonderful.
That's enough of that. All right, I don't think is there anything else you guys want to talk? Is there anything you want to talk about, Jess? I don't know. I have nothing else to talk about.
No, I just thought I'd come in here for the last 30 minutes, hang out.
Eddie Alvarez does end his situation with ONE FC. Something I didn't know.
I heard about that.
I bet you didn't know this. So Will Harris on Joe's podcast may have mentioned that Eddie Alvarez is one of the richest fighters out there. Did you notice?
Is he?
Investments. As soon as he
what
got
did
that,
he invest in?
As soon as he got that bag from fighting Conor, real estate. Went fucking nuts.
Smart.
And apparently he is rolling in money. Like
Smart
loaded. James Krause, what's his name? Eric Anders. Like Eric Anders, you would think this guy is probably harder for some cash. He's still in the UFC, but I mean, how much money could he possibly make?
I'm telling you, real estate, man.
Real estate. Eddie Alvarez, loaded, but still wants to fight. So what do you think? I know where I want him. I want him to fight with Chandler for the 4th time. That's what I want. Let's go. Come on. Wait, how many fights did they have? Did they have a trilogy or 2? I can't fucking remember. Was it 2 or 3? I can't remember how many fights they had. No, I actually want to see him in PFL. That's what I want to see. I would like to see Eddie in PFL. That's my vote. But where would you like to see Eddie fight? Or do you want to see Eddie fight? I mean, listen, his best days are kind of behind him, but go to the PFL. Change it up. Switch it up. Put Eddie over there.
Ah, super chat.
Daddy Big Dick.
I am smoking Delta 8.
Should I pop one tonight? I think I'm becoming a junkie, Jesse. I think about it a lot. I enjoy it so much. Too much. Should I? UFC won't resign Eddie. No, he's not going back to the UFC. Me bulging rod, and you'll never get me Lucky Charms. $2 dick. Alvarez is a great boxer. Would love to see him versus the winner of Paul versus Silva. Nah. Would you? 2 p.m. with 2 joints, Sober Call Super Show, Damn Good News with Damn Savage, The Glove Touch Hour, Island Time with Tropic Tom. I can see it now. So Will is putting suggestions of possible show names. I like that. I like that. All right. Send your submit. You know what? Let's do something. Let's have a little fun. How about like a 5-minute submission tape? And we'll play it on air.
I am at the point.
What?
Now of not just bringing anyone who's willing on board.
Hold on. This is a bit. This is a bit first, and then if we like the content, maybe we could use them on the show. But it's a bit first. What are you saying? I'm going to see a video and be like, yeah, that's them.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
I think we should do 5-minute auditions. Look, 2 joints is down. One's in the chat if you're down. 2 to 5 minute audition tapes. Okay? Send it to us via DM or Discord. Actually, Discord would probably be the best place to send it. DM us on Discord. Actually, should we have could you make a section on Discord for audition tapes?
I think you can. Well, it's the same way you would make a section for anything else.
Here, pop one in real quick. Hold on. We'll start it up now. We'll get you guys started. And then what we'll do, if there is a good, we're going to have a little section in our Discord. There's a link in the description. Okay? Do you know how to set that up? Okay. If the audition is good, just do I don't know, start talking about, it's got to be MMA content. It has to be MMA content because we're the MMA-Holes. So talk about either the fights coming up.
What do you want to call it?
Or past fights. Put MMA-Holes auditions, I guess. I don't know.
I'll just put auditions.
And let's see. Maybe we can find a gem, and you could have a show on the channel. Because I'm dead serious. It would be great to have a morning show or an afternoon show where we have you guys do something on the channel. It's funny. Someone said SNL. It's so funny you say that. I was actually thinking of doing skits. I was actually just talking to Jesse about this.
Why isn't it come? It's weird. It came up here instead of in text channel. Oh, well, it's there. It says auditions with a little microphone next to it.
What was the skit I was talking to you about? Do you remember? I was saying that we should do skits like SNL. I was actually saying that to you. There was something I wanted to do bits with you.
Like reenacting?
Yeah, there was a topic the other day. I was like, oh, it'd be really funny if we did segments. I don't know. Yeah, because I'll do really bad impersonations, right? So if we have SNL bits where we have like little segments on the show. It could be like digital shorts, you know, where it's pre-recorded and then we play the segment. Actually, that's what we should do. That's what we should do. We should start off with like digital shorts from you guys. And if it's a reoccurring thing and it's good, then maybe we give them their own show.
Let's do it.
What do you say? What do you say? I think it's a fabuloso idea. Okay, here we go. This is... Wait, what the fuck? I don't know what the hell that is. Look at that. Very nice. That's me and Mike Jackson. We're rolling up on you. Me and Mike Jackson rolling up on you. Look out. Don't mess with me and Mike Jackson.
You know who you remind me of? Like, what, you look like James Gandolfini, like an Irish James Gandolfini.
I'm so fat. That's beautiful. Who made that?
Oh, good.
Kainoto. There you go. Thank you, Kainoto. See? These people are good. What's going on in the memes? I know I'm going longer. Oh my God, this is pretty close. This is the kid that just got signed, 17-year-old. Someone was saying, nice, making fun of a 17-year-old kid's looks. It's like, dude, come on, just relax. Relax, man. Relax. All right. We're off tomorrow, but Friday we'll be back. See ya.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you to our sponsors, Head Rush, MyBookie.ag, Sheath Underwear, CBDX, Undisputed Belts, and UFC on ESPN Plus. Promo code MMA-Holes. That's MMA-HOLES for all of your discounts on all of your favorite products. We will be live again on Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time for Fuka Friday, so make sure you're there. Hit the like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you to our wonderful, wonderful guests tonight, and thank you, Julian Lane, as always, for coming on the show. Don't be an a-hole, be an MMA-Hole.